Well, I mean, it's not the worst thing in the world to be put in the drunk tank. It's actually kind of peaceful. Actually, when I think about it, it's better than the asylum. It's just me all by myself. No one else. Except Ty Lee and May, of course, but they wouldn't go away even if I wanted them to, right?
I guess not, Azula. You're just stuck with us.
Yeah, as if anyone even cares. Yep, just me and my friends in this room where I've been locked by myself. Oh, I suppose it didn't save the last thing I did here. I'll have to do it again.
Over.
I thought I did this already, didn't I? How bizarre. Oh, I guess I did. Huh. Yes, I did get the cup.
The chalice from...
I'm just trying to remember what I was doing last.
Maybe you should read your notes.
That's literally what I'm doing, Ty Lee.
You're so smart, Azula. I wish I could think of things like that.
Okay. Follow that lead from Ireland and explore Montfaucon further. Alright, I suppose I can do that. Do you ever think that the only reason you have to prove you're so smart is because you're secretly insecure that you're not? Do you ever think that the reason you're such a bitch is because you secretly have no personality? How about that, May? Ugh.
Who are you talking to?
When did you get here? We're in the Fire Nation. You're in the South Pole with Suki.
Well, I mean, the concert's over.
But you couldn't have made it all the way here.
I mean, technically, I'm also supposed to be over with Suki. Remember, Azula?
Yeah, and you said yourself I went to Omashu, so...
Everything okay? Also, wow, I missed a lot. Where the heck are
Look in the mirror right now!
Ah!
Go look in the mirror right now!
I'm looking!
No, go stand in front of it so I can see! Do you have a reflection?
Yes?
So you're actually here, or you're not?
Yes, I'm here.
Give me your boomerang.
No!
Give it to me!
Mr. Boomerang?
I was just gonna poke you, but if you'd rather I zap you, I could burn you instead.
Here's Mr. Boomerang.
Thank you.
Ow!
It's just a poke, don't be a bit. Alright, he seems to be real.
I mean, he's pretty cute. I don't think someone that cute could be fake.
What are you talking about? You're cute and you're fake. Wow, burn from the psycho. That's really gonna hurt her. You know what? I'm going to choose to ignore everything May says. What do you think, Sokka? You agree with me?
Yeah, that might be a good idea.
Alright, Ty Lee, all three of us are ignoring May, starting now. Right, Sokka?
Yes. Should Ty Lee sit this one out too?
What do you mean? What's wrong with Ty Lee?
Nothing at all. Just curious.
Alright, well, let's see. Since you were gone, I almost solved the entire game. Look how smart I am.
Yeah, I noticed, I missed a lot.
I caught the assassin, and when he tried to shoot me, I solved it. You know how I solved it?
By shooting him?
No, by zapping him with lightning. It turns out violence was the answer, and I was stressing myself way too much about being a good person. Leave it to you to somehow get the worst possible lesson out of that.
Okay, you shocking someone to get to victory, that makes sense.
An assassin who had a gun on me.
Yeah, that definitely justifies some
I don't think he's very impressed, Azula.
Well, what would you know about it? Look, I got the Holy Grail. That's impressive, right?
very. So
Hello again, Father.
So, out of curiosity, how long have you been playing with Tylee and May?
What do you mean? They got thrown in the drunk tank with me. We got too drunk with Lo and Lee, and so now I'm with May and Tylee in the drunk tank. I think. I mean, I'd never had a drink before. I'm not like you, running around getting drunk with girls all the time ever since my girlfriend dumped me.
She didn't dump me. Also, that was cactus juice, and that was not intentional.
What, are you back together now or something? How lovely for you two.
You were never apart! I mean, that way. I mean,
What do you
distance-wise,
make
I guess, but...
About as old.
That's beside the point.
Yeah?
I do not know. It is very tight.
I mean, I don't know if I agree with him, Azula, but I can share Suki. I don't mind. I'm not selfish like you.
She wouldn't understand.
That'd be very good of you.
This shouldn't take very long.
Okay, thanks.
Look, I just gave the Holy Grail to a priest. It's basically his life's work, right? I'm a good person. So now we're back to being a good person.
I really hope that's a holy rag polishing that holy cup.
Is it just me, or is Azula obsessed
Hey,
with male
thanks.
validation?
It's my
It's
pleasure,
disgusting.
What was the writing on
Like you're one to talk, betraying your friends for a boy that didn't even want you.
It was a cut. The remarkable thing is,
Yeah?
oui, I think I have seen it on that war tomb in the far corner. That
Also,
winged
did something
horse
fall out of the cup?
is quite distinctive.
Maybe. Let me take a look.
Catch you later.
Oh,
Oh, maybe it was just a mistake? Let's take a look at it.
It was hard to believe it was the same chalice. Now the light gleamed off its perfect surface.
It's perfect surface. Good, I like perfect things. I put the lens inside of here so that I could see through this makeshift telescope. The diamond and the pedestal I put into a secret underground chamber up on... Well, it was a tripod, really. Up on a pedestal where it shined and it revealed the name of a city to me. In the game.
How much did I miss?
A lot. I'm very smart and I did much better without you. Are you surprised?
Not surprised, just very hurt.
I uncovered an international... Wait, you're hurt? What are you hurt about?
I don't know, I just wanted to be helpful.
You wanted to be helpful?
Yes?
About what?
I don't know, I like mysteries. I like solving things.
Now that my attention had been...
Maybe you should go back home and go hang out with your girlfriend again. I'm busy with my girlfriends.
There's no mystery. Mystery's there. It's like, once the concert was done, it's just... okay, I guess I gotta come back here. Because I wanted to come here to make sure you were doing okay with this thing, but clearly, yeah, you were.
Doing better without you. I bet you thought, what, I just crawl up and die? I don't know what it is about you boys. Zuko thought the same thing, and he was shocked of how much I'm thriving.
Yeah, if you call this thriving, Azula.
Azula, you could smooch him to make sure he's real. Smooch who? Alright, we have to find and highlight a number of a biblical verse comprised of the name of a book followed by the chapter and verse in Latin numerals. So like Luke chapter 8 verse 2 would be displayed as Luke 8 plus 2 in Roman numerals.
So, let's see.
How are we supposed to know? Okay, well this says Psalms right here.
So, I think it's Corinthians right down there in the
Yeah,
bottom.
right here there's Corinthians.
Yeah, 1, 4, and 5.
Corinthians 14
Yeah,
and
and
5.
Psalms
Not
up
much to
here.
go on, but it must have meant something. If I examined the tomb more closely, there might be other clues to find.
And there's Psalms right here. But I don't know how far it goes.
Psalms 22
There we go.
21.
What else is there?
Psalms, again, right above Corinthians.
Oh, you're right. There's another one.
Psalms
I forgot you're actually useful, unlike everyone else who
Numbers
comes
refer to
here.
a chapter and a verse in the Bible.
Appreciate it. Majorum sounds like a Bible, but I don't think it is.
It sounds like a seasoning, is what it sounds like.
Yeah.
Carpe diem. How about that one?
Are you sure it's not Carpe Canum?
Well, it's just carpe.
Ah.
That's why I was just joking. I guess it could be up and down too, because here's John.
Oh, good catch.
And John is definitely...
John 4:11.
It's kind of popular.
But a series of Roman numerals ran around the plaque.
Okay, we found them all, I
They
think.
meant something.
So Psalms, Corinthians, and John.
32:7.
Look at that. We're
John
brilliant.
4:11.
Yeah, pat yourself on the back.
Take that, religion.
4:5.
Yeah, Azula. Because you of all people know nothing about having faith.
Psalms 22:21. I may not be perfect, but I've got a memory like a steel trap. The chalice had led me to these inscriptions, but it looked like a happy coincidence to me. After all, the Damascus
Are you just gonna pretend nothing's wrong, Azula?
No,
That you're not
I'm
heartbroken?
still
I mean, if
convinced
that's what you want
the
to
chalice
do,
has some
you can
significance
go
all on
ahead.
its own.
But I don't think it's ever gonna work. How many times are you gonna keep doing the same thing over and over? Don't you know the definition of anxiety?
It's the definition of insanity, Tylee.
That's what I meant, I guess.
So they said that this chalice matched a family
A
crest
stone
or something?
carrying all.
Whose family
stone-
crest? Sorry, I would have heard it if May and Tylee hadn't been talking so loudly.
I don't know.
The Templars. If the dissolution hadn't happened,
Maybe you have to talk with
A
the guy
scroll.
again. Maybe he has something to say about it.
He's worthless. He doesn't know anything about anything, apparently.
hello again, Father.
Bonjour, monsieur. How pleasant to speak to you again.
Well, let's ask about that shiny chalice, shall we?
Yeah, let's ask about it,
Boy,
fine.
Merci. It is
It's all in the wrist action. Well, you'd know all about that, wouldn't you, Sokka?
No.
Of course he wouldn't. He actually has a girlfriend, Azula.
Not something you would really understand, I guess. Maybe he'll shake my hand and I can zap him.
I thought about using this, but I could.
Oh, he felt too guilty. Never mind. This man's
Catch you
worthless
later.
to us.
Au revoir.
Is that what they call Catholic guilt?
What in the world is Catholic guilt?
I don't know. Just a word I heard. Just a couple words I keep hearing from people saying about why they don't do certain
Whoa!
things.
I didn't have time to.
You're a very strange individual, Sokka. This is why you bring misery upon yourself.
I know. It happens all the time.
What, are you girls ignoring him on purpose or something?
I don't think I have a whole lot to say to him, Azula.
Me neither, but not for the reasons you think. Whatever. You're just gonna have to accept it, Azula. No matter how much you like someone, it doesn't mean they'll like you back. You think I don't know that?
No, what?
Shut up! I wasn't talking to you, I was talking to my mother!
Okay.
Look, I was doing great at this before you showed up. I nearly solved the whole game. Why are you here, Sokka?
Look at the chalice.
Just thought you could use some company.
So you came all the way from the Southern Water Tribe.
The
You
priest
must
that
be a
mowed my stone busted
hallucination.
up for me.
That thing?
Yeah, looks as good
Uh,
as.
Oh, like you've never hallucinated your dead mother before.
I
Let's
mean,
take another.
I've hallucinated giant mushrooms before talking to me, and
There's a woman
it's
looking
very
up
weird
at the
stuff that I can't even really remember. I think Momo was talking.
and the night through.
He's mean, isn't he?
There's a guy with between them.
Surprisingly, less mean,
There's-
more hoity-toity.
Well, I mean, I just know that you've had nightmares where Momo talks and he's horrible, and Aang's had nightmares where Momo talks and he's horrible, and I've had hallucinations where Momo talks and he's horrible. I think Momo's just horrible.
I'd better get back.
Oh man, I wonder what he's been saying this entire time.
I mean, we're clearly all picking up on something, right?
I think
Let's
you're
see.
right.
Okay, so it is the engraving of that Spanish family, so we gotta go back to
Oh.
Spain.
Oh, it's
Oh.
in the tomb.
We can't go back to Spain. Alright, so then let's just find the crypt of that one family.
Yeah, they said it was in the tomb of the church.
Yeah, we're gonna go there. I was thinking we'd go straight to the source, but apparently not. So to the tomb we go. Kylie, they have a question for you. How's everyone's auras?
Well, mine's pretty pink, because I'm having a good time being here. And also, it's nice to see Sokka, even though he can't see me right now. Maze is pretty dingy, but that's normal for her. As for Azula, well, she seems pretty stressed out.
Thank you for that useless depiction, Tylee. I'm sure we were all just dying to know about your made-up aura thing.
On the top of auras, I don't know, did you ever get one about me or
A
what?
stone
An
knight
aura?
wearing full
I don't know, just-
stone armor. Blank eyes.
I don't
looking
believe
at the
in auras.
Carrying all that armor around must
Thank
have been hard
goodness.
work.
They're stupid. What, you believe in auras?
A stone
No, I
knight
mean,
lay at
the
end of
most
a-
we get is
I
like the whole
wonder-
Avatar thing, but that's besides the point. I mean, auras just don't make sense. There's nothing scientific about that.
Of course they don't make sense. They're made up gobbledygook. They're not scientific. They're not rational. It's just nonsense.
Thank you!
Can you believe Aang says he can see them too?
Okay, him it kind of makes sense if you can see him.
Why would it make sense for him to see them?
Because he's the Avatar!
If the Avatar can see them, why can't my friend?
Her discipline him.
Because the Avatar is one with the spirit world? I don't know.
So now you do believe in spirits. You're a terrible skeptic.
I didn't say I didn't believe in... It's a trick question. One I shall not dignify with any further responses.
Azula, are you sure you're not more concerned about the fact that May and I are only in the mirror?
Shut up, Tylee. No one asked for your opinion. She's not ready to face the truth yet. Let her be.
Stone armor. A stone
All right,
knight.
so we clearly have to use this chalice somewhere around here. He can't hold it for some reason. I was wondering if one of these crypts had the engraving we were looking for, but it doesn't seem to.
Well, if they mention the family name, then that would be the one to go for. Like, is there one for this one up front here, or no?
Well, that's what I'm trying to see, but all the ones he can't examine any of these. And when I try to examine the ones over there, same problem. Maybe we can talk to him about it. Let's see.
Hello again, Father.
Bonjour, monsieur. How pleasant to speak to you again.
Oh, something new opened up.
Do you
Something
speak
bigger.
Latin?
You are still...
Oh,
Okay.
I've already asked this
Let me
before.
see.
Yeah.
That's not helpful.
I
I've asked
noticed
about
that
this
You're
too.
it was a...
Oh,
Oui.
I can't ask about the chalice again.
there's
Oui.
Have you?
No.
I would.
I suppose I could take it to the museum and
I
see if
have-
he knows anything.
Oh, that's a good idea, yeah.
Catch you later.
If the
Au
guy at the
revoir,
museum. Because I think his job was just to polish the chalice.
So I'm...
Matching one on a tomb in his church.
So...
The Pegasus, he says it's in his church, but...
So is there, like, a lower floor that we're just missing, or...
So there's an underground area, but we can't get into it right now because there's a cop posted out there.
Oh, so we need to get the cop out of the way.
We've gone in there before. That's where I put the tripod and
A
the gem.
A stone.
And it's not really part of the church, but it is, like, specifically hidden under the church.
Gotcha.
So what I'm trying to make sure is that we're not missing a tomb in here. Then I can see about trying to get rid of the cop.
In comparison.
Man, can you just imagine if they just had,
Somehow
like,
it looked-
tombs in the church while you're going there for whatever you have to do? And just, I don't know, doing a prayer next to a dead guy.
I mean, isn't that what churches are for dead people? I wouldn't know. I've never gone to one.
It's more like kind of its own separate thing.
I'm just not really into spirituality, if I'm perfectly honest with you. I think everything can be explained rationally.
Excuse me.
And people who think they see spiritual stuff are probably just malnourished for being vegetarian, like Aang.
Can you go through that... Is that a
You're back.
pothole?
It's a sewer. That's how we go into the hidden area, but we can't get in there because of the cop.
Gotcha.
So we can only lift the sewer grate when he's
Well, I
not
wasn't-
there.
No. On duty? No. I must be.
Precisely, monsieur.
You've got me.
Merci. I am
Who or
You must have heard Miss.
You mean the killing?
People die.
Sewer Jacques.
Sewer Jacques. He pops up here.
Yeah, see? He's watching the sewer.
Bravo, that's very good.
Is that Sun Sun and Moon Moon?
Have the light right
But they're back in the Southern Water Tribe. How could they be here?
I brought them with me.
The wolves? What's happening? Azula. Look at yourself in the mirror. Why won't you open your eyes whenever you glance? All you look at is the other reflections that you see. Please, my daughter, open your eyes. No one invited you! Leave me alone!
I don't think she's in a good mood, Ursa. Sorry.
Who is this?
but to this point, he has
Wait, wasn't Sokka here a minute ago?
pretended to be
He's back.
a jongleur.
Wow, is that the
He's back
time?
in the Southern Water Tribe with his girlfriend. You're kidding yourself. Nobody cares about you. Ty Lee loves Suki. Sokka loves Suki. I loved Zuko, and even after dumping him, I still love him more than you. You're alone, and no one is coming back for you.
Sorry, Azula, but she's telling the truth. No one's coming back for you.
No one's coming back for you.
Sorry about that. Man, I get so ornery after a flight.
Where were you? What happened?
I had to take care of Sun Sun and Moon Moon.
But they're back in the Southern Water Tribe.
No, I brought them back with me.
You are a very stubborn hallucination, you know that?
Okay, sure.
I think he's and the last thing I need.
Alright, so this man suspects us of being
think
sewer
he
Jack,
suspects-
so we
and the
can't
la-
get into the sewer right now.
So we can't use... So because he thinks we're Sewer Jacques, we can't use the Sewer Jack to open up the sewer... thing.
You don't know Jack, but you're right about the sewer. Let's talk to this man. He actually works in archaeology. Maybe he can make
Hi,
sense
Andre.
of the chalice.
Hello, Georgie. Where have you been? Nicole said you were away.
I just returned from Syria.
Syria? On the trail of the Templars?
It's a long story, but I found the bull's
Trust
head.
is for
It was
fools.
referred to on
Fear is the only reliable way.
Yes. What is
Sorry,
it?
I'm just
A
distracted.
secret cave
How can this
built
guy
into
look
a
so
high
French
cliff face.
and yet like
In the
like a
cave, I
hippie
discovered
at the
a
same
map bearing
time?
the
So
phrase in
much.
Latin.
Bold words from the boy
In
with a
hoc
ponytail.
identa Sita est in ora
It's a
mundi.
wolf's tail.
The island
Completely
of
different.
Britain.
Oh, excuse me.
Lies
A
to
warrior's
the
wolf
the
tail.
west.
Strange.
Yes.
Listen,
Not
hallucination
seem to contain a
Sokka.
series
If you were
of
real
voices.
Sokka, I'd tell him,
said,
why don't you
it's a
just stop
treasure
fooling
map.
around, let me whip you into shape to be a proper prince, and then we'll get you to earn those little adult beads the men in your culture get, and you can stop being such a disappointment already.
While I was in Syria, I discovered it
What
was
do you
like
mean
a
by
head.
that?
That sounds...
I mean about your own insecurity that you're no good after the war because you have a bum knee from falling off the airships and everyone else is running around being an avatar or a diplomat or a master bender or a teacher who invented metal bending or a fire lord and you're sitting around here being like, I'm at home except now there's paperwork to do and I feel worthless when in reality you could be building yourself back up as the first ever prince of the Southern Water Tribe and help bring your people to the world stage if you'd get over the fact that your girlfriend is probably gay for Ty Lee.
It was discovered by some work.
Can you tell me any?
It's a fearful image.
You know,
At
words
the
hurt,
base of the
Zula.
statue.
Ah,
of
but
one
you're a
of the
hallucination,
workmen
so it doesn't matter.
noticed a- He claimed it looked like
Blood?
I'm as real as my feelings.
I don't know how to take that. She's in denial. She's not going to accept that we're the hallucinations.
I don't even think she can hear us, even though we're the ones making it in her head. So she should be able to hear us, but I guess it's like on a subconscious level, so she can't hear us.
I hate listening to you try to figure things out, even in Azula's head. Let's see here.
no.
I showed him the chalice. He had some
Thanks for your help.
dialogue I didn't listen to because he's a stupid, dirty, hippie peasant. But let's see what we get here. The three-faced monstrosity he saw in that Syrian cave was a depiction of Baphomet. It was recently found in Paris at the Institut Hermétique de Nerval. All these made-up words. Apparently it's covered in Templar symbols. So I'm guessing we have to go to that institute. Let's see if we can.
Okay, so is it like the Hermit Institute?
I mean, that's what it looked like to me, the New Hermits Institute. Let's go there. going on in chat right now?
That's a good question. What is
Everyone's
going on?
crazy. Lee with the good tea takes off his mask. What is going on? Azula, you inspired me to be the smell the poverty from people? What? Are people just having a coup, planning a coup in the comments?
Apparently.
Well, not my problem. Not gonna let it ruin my day. Zuko can just deal with another coup. As long as I'm stuck in the drunk tank all by myself with my hallucination Sokka, I'm going to solve this mystery to show real Sokka that he sucks! You know, for hallucination, you keep leaving to take care of things.
What is it? I've got a few questions.
I'm trying to do my best, Amanda Saints.
You really are your own worst enemy, Azula.
Don't be ridiculous, May. How could I be my own worst enemy when you two are my own worst frenemies? I mean, we'd have to be your friends again first, right?
Damn, that was a good one. Sick burn from a non-bender.
Oh, shut up.
You're doing a...
Merci. I have my professional pride.
I don't think I've ever seen a
Also, it
Galois
seems I may have
So
ruffled
natural
some
that-
feathers with my comments that were not meant to be an insult in any way, shape, or
very good at that
form.
as
What
well.
comments? What insults?
I don't know, just told me to shut up about the French.
I don't even know what that means. What are the French?
I don't know either. That was just a word I used to describe the guy. It just felt like a right word.
All right,
Sure
well,
that
let's
he
see.
lost.
So, what are you doing here?
This man's covered in
having
mustard
my
or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
When I finish my breath,
you'll probably...
I could have an perhaps to.
Oh,
Okay.
wow. So he's
I
not
was
doing his
hired
job.
to touch
He should be
people
thrown in the
and talk to
stocks.
So what do you know about the excavation?
I know they won't let. I would complain.
You couldn't...
Right. I'm surprised.
Okay, so let us inside. You don't
None of
care.
them
It's not part of
you
your
know
job.
What
Three-piece suits.
but no archaeologist.
Quite right, monsieur.
So,
Who cares?
So he doesn't care that suspicious gangsters are going into the dig
what
site.
is the word...
Okay.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Nothing.
Look, I have a
you ever
holy
seen anything
grail.
like-
Yes, it's a communion chalice. I know, you know, I used to be an altar.
It's not any communion
You?
chalice. It's like a
Yes.
special one.
Uh,
All right, whatever. This man's... Can I shake his hand? Can I shake his hand
I
and
was
zap
pretty
him?
sure the shaken shock had shot its bolt in Syria.
Oh. It doesn't recharge like me.
Be
Unfortunate.
seeing you.
Au revoir, monsieur.
All right, so we have to get past this guy, but he's busy being terrible. So let's see what we can figure out here.
Hey, you.
Okay.
He's got a bucket.
The painter had a pot of gunmetal gray... The painter didn't seem not as important as a cigarette.
You know who he kind of looks like? May's dad.
My dad does not look like that.
Kinda does.
No, he doesn't.
A little bit.
Not at all. I mean, he kinda does. Shut up!
Okay, so who's this guy?
Looks like some kind of doorman.
Oui.
We can ask him
So,
about himself.
what I'm guarding.
Take it easy.
He's just guarding.
I'd like to know that says.
It wouldn't
And it's a
happen to
secret
be...
what
Are
he's
you
guarding.
asking-
I'm telling you.
Then why
I had a feeling this... What do you... There was a long pause.
nothing?
Nothing at all?
Is this
What, like a history pop test?
no like a test?
Okay, yes.
This
it's a
guy
test.
is good at
Then I know
non-answers.
absolutely
Yeah, it is.
nothing about the Templars.
The guard was being amazingly evasive. It was going to take more than goodwill to get past him.
Show him the chalice.
I thought better of showing... He might be on the conspiracy's
Oh, that's
payroll.
true. He might be working for the bad people.
A sudden urge to sing. Care to
Oh
join
my
me?
gosh, he's just you,
No
Sokka!
singing here.
Are you gonna sing Tiger Dillo next time you run into a guard that will move out of your way?
You know, that's not a bad idea.
We
Who
should-
knows? It might move them.
Alright, since you're hallucination, it doesn't matter what I tell you, we should record a full version of that Tiger Dillo song. Just you and me. What do you think?
That sounds like a good idea.
We don't need anyone else. And it doesn't matter if the real you can't sing as well as a hallucination.
Talk to you later.
Au revoir.
In my mind, you're actually a good singer.
There was a closed door with...
Well, thank you very much for that. It's always nice to have a little bit of positive reinforcement.
I mean, again, it only matters because you're not real. How's Sun doing, by the way? Is she recovering? From what I understand, her leg's been wrapped. She needs to get one last x-ray, which is going to be expensive. So I do still want to help take care of her, make sure she's all right. But she's in the Southern Water Tribe with Sokka right now.
No, they are here with Sokka, who is also here.
Disregard that. He's a hallucination.
I'm not a hallucination!
I mean, you kind of look like one to me. A cute hallucination.
You are such a chaos god, Ty Lee. See, even Ty Lee and May agree you're a hallucination.
Do you mind if I use the phone?
Be my guest.
Okay, this is gonna be this kind of day.
The phone can
I
look
don't
after
think he's a
itself.
hallucination, Azula. Well, my mother thinks you're real, but she's just out to get
Hi,
me,
Nico.
so...
Josh, what?
Nothing yet.
Nothing. If
No.
Josh, why you?
Oh, no reason. I just wanted
Oh,
to
he
hear
has a
your voice.
crush on her.
You
They'll
think-
probably end up together, because
Well,
in
this is my
fantasy, things like that
boyfriend. Don't
happen.
bother me.
In the
I'm
real
busy.
world, men are intimidated by women like her, and they prefer women like Ty Lee, right, Ty Lee?
Sure, Zula. Whatever you say.
Azula, you inspired me to control my anger better than before and better than yesterday. Well, if that's true, you should really compliment yourself before me, because I still can't figure out my own brain. So if anything, I suppose I should be inspired by you. What are we even doing here? I was doing so well on my own, and now I'm here, and all of you are talking to me, and you're in my head, getting me confused.
So when you say all, you mean just one, right?
What do you mean just one? I mean all of you. I mean, if you don't like it, hallucination, you could go run back to being
Hello,
the real
Nico.
Sokka.
It's me.
What?
Samai.
You're the man on the. I
Somehow I
can't
thought
go.
that the poking the boomerang would have been enough verification, but I guess it's trust but
It might have been, but then I remembered that my mind is so powerful and imaginative that it could perfectly replicate the feeling of poking another human being with an instrument. I've done it many times before. That's why I thought maybe the boomerang would work better, but then I remember I've thrown your boomerang in the Southern Water Tribe, so of course I know its basic weight. What?
I couldn't imagine.
There are so
The
many
doorway led
leaps
to. There was nothing.
that it somehow works, and I don't know what's more concerning.
Well, since you are just a hallucination, I could say whatever I want to, right? Did you know Ty Lee thinks you're cute?
Wait, what?
Did you know Ty Lee thinks you're cute?
This is news to me!
How is this news to you? She's very obvious
Hi,
about it.
What is it?
I've never heard her say it in front of me.
Well, yeah, because she's after your girlfriend now.
I'd like to use the wash.
Oh, that's no problem.
The last time. It's just, they're just good friends. Oh, good lord, I am in denial.
Let me try to put it to you this way. Suki is from an island that basically idolizes a bisexual avatar who ended up with a woman, correct?
Yes.
Suki has modeled her whole life after this avatar, right?
Yeah.
Including her fashion, her values, everything, her core beliefs.
Yes.
And
Where are we going with
Suki's
this?
first love, a girl who ended up leaving the island, and this is canon to Suki alone, liked women, correct?
Did she? Wait, how'd you know about this?
Because I told you I have a dossier on all of my enemies. Wait, how do you not know that? You're a hallucination.
Because I'm real. And I'm really here, really talking about things, about this place that we are in, and my confusion of...
You're real?
How do we go from getting a challenge to being in a boiler room?
Hold on, are you really saying you're real?
Yes.
Yes, Azula, he's real.
Yeah, but I'm real too, Azula.
Oh, well, of course you're all gonna say you're real. You almost had me, Sokka hallucination. Just like the real Sokka. Of course my brain has made you the most intelligent of the bunch, because the real Sokka is the most intelligent and the most handsome and the most interesting out of all of them.
Oh, boy.
Well, I still don't feel good about the not feeling real thing. I will take the compliments.
Of course, he's also the most stupid at the same time.
Hey!
Okay, the soap is dirty. What do I do with it? There has to be something here I can use.
On the wall was an
Automatic hand dryer.
The taps were rusty. The cold taps washer looked to have failed.
Okay. Oh, I get it. I have to make
Perhaps I could...
a print of the key in the soap.
The
Oh,
key
and then
made
I
a
can use the
clear
plaster of
soap. The
Paris
bar
to
of
make a
soap
fake
had the
key.
imprint of a key in it.
Too easy. I mean, who would ever even need a guide when you can just have me there? I'm brilliant.
Idea.
And to answer your question,
With the
I
plaster
asked for the
of
key to the
imprint, I was on
bathroom.
the right lines. I had filled the key. You can't make a cast without
Fair point.
To wet the plaster.
But wet plaster alone does not make a cast.
Sokka's really there. Sokka has a reflection.
Yeah, but so do I, Azula. So I must really be here.
Maybe you're the only one that's not
The
here,
key's
Azula. You
imprint
ever
was
think
now
that?
filled with...
Are you even a person? Or are you just an item? Are you just a thing?
I didn't want to carry a bar of dirty soap around with me. On the key ring was a big old key that looked like it might fit the excavation door.
Wait, did I put down the soap? No, I want the soap. Take
The
the key
key's
out.
imprint was now filled with wet plaster.
Oh, I have to use
I
it on
used
the
the
dryer.
dryer to
Right, to dry it off first.
All right, spread those germs.
Well, it had taken way too fragile.
I do
to
find it
use in a
incredibly
lock.
funny how
Trouble
people try to
was,
use this
it
hot
looked
air
like
to try and
anything.
make things more
That
hygienic. and,
maybe I...
you know, not cut down trees to make towels or something. I don't know.
Maybe not.
So, we've made a key out of plaster. And we're gonna use it to replace the real key that we need since plaster's worthless. We have to make it look metallic because right now it just looks like plaster. So let's look around and see what we can find to try to make something look more metallic.
Being in a charming comfort station like this, that place was kept, at least, the thing felt really
So,
hot.
is it supposed to be like a silver key, a golden key, copper? I mean, what kind of metal is it?
These look
replacing?
kind of golden.
Okay, so we are trying to replace one because I wasn't sure we were trying to replace that
Okay,
one in the back.
there was yellow paint. Remember the guy that was on break covered in what I thought was
Yes!
mustard? Oh, we have to give him back the keys. All right, so let me temporarily give you back the key ring.
Hi again.
What did...
Here's the key.
Merci.
All right, so take the key ring. Then we gotta go
Talk to you
back
later. Au revoir,
upstairs and go paint the key, and then get the key ring again. Let me paint this. I'm a genius.
Hey, monsieur, get away from my paint pot.
Listen, she's
Okay,
never gonna
I
figure
should
out
think so.
what's going
Meddling
on.
with
She's
a
in
man.
denial. You're gonna have to try to get through to her in another way.
So how do we get this guy away, or how do we get him to let us use his paint?
That's exactly what I'm trying to figure out. I wonder if we can tell him to go on break somewhere else.
Hi, it's me.
What?
I made this...
Oh, shredding.
Have you seen this man?
Yes, yes.
No.
I have some pla...
Amazing. Agree, or there'll be...
I've got a...
You...
Oh?
I had a cigarette. A manhole cover landed on the other side of the...
Has a guy calling himself...
Was he wearing a t-shirt with...
I doubt it.
Then how's he...
Be seeing you.
Au revoir, monsieur.
Alright, so he won't let me use the paint.
Gunmetal paint. Interesting.
And that's the paint we need.
Hey, you.
Okay.
Well, I mean, you're the master of, you know...
Oh, okay. I know what to do. There's a phone here, right?
Yeah.
Maybe we have to make him think there's a phone call. And then he'll
Hello,
come down.
Nico. It's me.
Hi, Jacques.
I'm at the excavation.
Damn. We need...
Don't worry. I've got...
Okay.
I want you to keep somebody on...
Okay, perfect. I was right.
Nice.
I need to get at his pot.
Oh,
Stay on the line.
Alright.
What now?
He wants Suki and I to kiss? Don't tell anyone, but we totally have. Or at least Azula suspects we have, seeing as I'm in her head and all. Can you believe it? This isn't even really her voices. This is Azula's impression in her own head.
I mean, that would explain why we don't quite sound right.
You've got a phone call?
You've got a phone call,
Oh, you're so...
mustard-covered man.
She sounded hot.
Yeah, she sounded hot. She's probably from the Fire Nation.
Well, she asked for that hunk of a man with the nicotine fingers in his ass hanging out of his pants.
Certainly sounds like me. Stand back. It wouldn't...
Alright, good. So now we can use the gunmetal paint.
Ah, distraction with love. The ultimate way to get someone's attention in both France and Italy and America and Brazil.
Azula,
most countries in general.
can you touch May, Ty Lee, or Ursa? Why would I touch? Ty Lee will chi-block me, May would throw knives at me, and my mother never bothered to hug me when it mattered, so why in the world do I want it now? Alright, perfect.
Well, monsieur, what a strange... She was all over me, and then suddenly, nothing but abuse.
Really?
Why? Abuse. Ah, well, I have a cigarette to finish. And monsieur, if she calls again, I am not available.
No, that's fine. I don't need you anymore. Get out of here, mustard-covered man.
Alright, so now we take the key ring back to the bathrooms, the old switcheroo, and in we go.
Azula, if you would just be honest with him and with yourself, with everyone around you.
Hi
You
again.
can't force
What is
people
it?
to love you, but you can still love them. I need the toilet again, strange man. I need to get away from someone that won't shut up.
Already?
Shut up!
Problem.
I said shut up!
Technical. Do you want
I
me
didn't
to
even say anything.
I'm not talking to you, Sokka. You weren't talking.
I don't know, it just felt like it was aimed for me. I don't know why.
Not you, Ursa. My mother.
The door was...
What? Don't you ever think about your mother and have horrible thoughts about her saying things about you?
Now, I've
Not
substituted the fake key for
quite
the
like
excavation.
that. I mean, I think about her from time to time, and how she disappeared, and how I'm never going to see her again, and how I wish she could have given me just one more moment! Excuse me for 1 second.
That sounds hard. Couldn't be me.
It's rough, buddy.
Wait, so you don't even remember, like, her face or anything?
I still remember her face. It's just, I don't know. It's weird how, like, with every day that goes by, it just feels like it's a little harder to remember.
I couldn't see any you...
But weren't you around the same age when your mother died as I was when my mother left? I still remember my mother pretty clearly.
Yeah. It's just weird how it feels like we're
The
talking
doorway
about her
led
less
to
and
an
less,
old-
and there's
there was
less
nothing
reason to
interesting.
talk about her, and so.
I couldn't imagine what...
You know how it goes. I'm sure. Plus, I mean,
Hi
I
again.
can put all my
What
focus
I
trying
couldn't
to,
believe-
you know,
The false key looked pretty convincing.
make sure my
It
dad was approving of the things I did. So you start putting all your
couldn't
stock in
believe
one
it.
other
The fault-
parent that's
it was-
actually there.
Talk to you later.
After a while, I guess you kind of forget about the other one.
The door
You know what
was
I
locked.
think? I think your mother probably looked like you.
Maybe a bit.
You know why I think so?
The thing felt...
Why is that?
Because there's been times where I forgot what my mother looked like. And then I look in the mirror, and I see her. Out of the corner of my eye. I see her. Right there. Or in the reflection in the water. I just keep catching glimpses of her. And then I realize I remember what she looks like. And every day, rather than it getting further away, it's getting closer. Because every day I look more like her. Is it possible that the reason every day she's slipping away is because you used to look a lot like her? But every day you're getting more masculine. And every day the face in the mirror that used to remind you what she looked like is drifting away from her.
I didn't need to...
It's always weird to think about things like that.
The
Like
thing
trying to
felt
say, like,
real.
oh, you're looking just like your dad. You're gonna be a great
I
chief,
didn't
just like
want-
your dad.
I mean,
It's gonna be weird thinking that if I want to get an idea of what mom might have still looked like, I'm just trying to slip, just with a guitar every now and then. Then I wonder,
I didn't need to get...
what do you wonder?
if we disappeared, you know, Dad and I, since, you know, she definitely looks more like Mom. You know, what happened if we went away? Like, how do you think, like, would she kind of forget about us too at some point?
Your mother?
No, I mean, Katara.
I didn't need...
Just forget about Dad and I.
I don't think so. Take it from one prodigy sister to another. No matter what Zuko's done to me, no matter where my life has gone, I could never forget him. Even when he was banished and completely disgraced, and it was just Dad, Father, and I around, I never forgot him. It's a strange feeling, you know, knowing that your brother hates you because you're better than him. And instead of blaming Father, he blames you, as if it's your fault for just trying to save your own skin. It's not my fault he was incompetent. If anything, all I ever wanted was for Zuko to get it together so the family could get along. But he interpreted it as hate. And it's bizarre when they're gone. And on the one hand, you feel like they deserved it for being an idiot that never learns. But on the other hand, you feel like your family keeps shrinking and shrinking. Now your brother's gone. And in a weird way, he was your last ally. Because Father, as much as you love him, and as much as he praises you when you're useful, he's not so kind when you're not. You don't have someone you can go to when you want to cry, when you're sad when you fail. And the one person who knew what it was like to be stuck in this situation is gone. There you are on your own. And then you risk it all to bring him home in honor. And what does he do? Lie to you about the Avatar. Typical.
It's weird that we're still trying to live up to our parents' expectations.
I mean, I don't even have that. If I try to live up to my father's expectations, that's called genocide, and people don't like it. If I try to live up to my mother's expectations, I mean, what's that? For me to shut up and die so her precious little boy can be the one that's better? That's my worst crime, you know, being better than Zuko. So I don't know.
I didn't need to get...
I don't know what I should do. To be perfectly honest with you, I don't know what to do at all.
You'll get there someday.
Get where? Oh, you're a hallucination. You don't know what you're talking about anyway.
I meant get there to a point where you'll know what to do, but okay, just keep calling me hallucination. Huh. Wait, what is that?
Oh. I've been changing it. It's not Azula and Sokka anymore, because you haven't been around.
Yeah, what? Just a step back. What was the word you had there before?
Peasants, because I was doing this with peasants, not with you.
Which wait.
I don't call you a peasant anymore. You know why?
I know. I'm just saying, who's considered the peasant?
The peasants I was hanging out with. I mean, I don't know their names. They're peasants.
I figured I'd...
Alright, I need to get this guy out of the way so I can unlock the door. But I can't give him the key ring. I have a feeling I have to cause a disturbance in that bathroom, but I'm not quite sure how.
Have you... You have? I got the...
Not...
Do you I
can't give him back the keys.
Looked pretty. He was back after the amount of trouble. I wasn't about to... Talk to you later.
Au revoir,
Alright, so I have to find another way to get rid of him so I can get in there. Because now I have the key. And I could use it, but not in front of him. So how do we get rid of him? I can't leave because he'll ask for the key.
Don't go with my...
And I can't give him back the keys. So I'm pretty sure we have to do something in the bathroom.
I couldn't see any...
To distract him, I'm pretty sure. Could I throw the keys somewhere so he has to go looking for them? That's what I thought I'd do. Shoot. So it has to be something in this area because we can't leave. That's why I think it's in this bathroom.
The door was locked.
But I'm not sure what we should do there either. I don't think he has any new dialogue. Let's see if there is, just in case.
Hi again.
What is it?
You know, Zuko and I agreed to an Agni Kai before.
Look.
If you give me...
Really?
Of course.
This gadget is a...
So
Really? He agreed to an Agni Kai.
I couldn't... He was...
Wait, you both...
Talk to you later.
Yeah.
I thought he would... No, I guess he... Huh.
Because
Why?
I've tried to tell you a million times, Zuko isn't like you. You love Katara. As much as you fight, you would die for her. Zuko's never been that protective of me.
I didn't need to use the...
It's a very different situation.
Okay, so I just know that Agni
thing
Kais are
felt
like
really
pretty
hot.
brutal. Is there ever one that's just kind of
The
like
thing felt really
you know,
hot.
like toned down, or is it all just
I didn't need to...
go all out?
Do you people not have honor duels?
No, mostly just hunting.
Well, then I don't think you'd quite understand. Agni Kais
I
are go
didn't
big or
want-
go home. You put everything,
felt-
your stake on it. Your whole honor.
To be honest, I never quite liked them. They had them a lot in school when we were attending. It was kind of scary.
Well, I mean, that's because you're a coward. Not you. Don't look at me like that. I was talking to Ty Lee.
I wasn't looking at you. I didn't see you looking at me when you said that, so I'm just gonna assume. Yeah. that
Clearly, we
it
have
was
to do
towards Kylie.
something here to distract him, but it won't let me interact with anything. He'll only look at it. I was thinking maybe put a whole bunch of coal in the burner and raise the temperature, or maybe clog the toilet, but it doesn't seem to allow me to do any of that.
Oh, boy.
So I made a key.
It was the key. On the key ring was a big...
Can't I just leave the key here?
On the key ring was a... It was the key... Maybe not.
So I have the real key. I put the fake key I made there. But I can't hand it back to him because he'll be able to notice it feels like plaster, not metal. Maybe I have to combine it with something? Or maybe I have to use this chain on something? Not quite sure. I was thinking maybe clogging the toilet, but it doesn't let me do that either. And I've examined everything in this room, I think. So what does it want me to do? Any ideas, genius?
Not sure yet.
Why do I even have you here?
Okay, bring up the optics again. So we need to get this guy to move out of the way of the door so we can open it, right?
Right. But we can't leave, because if we try to leave this area, then he'll demand his keys back. But George doesn't want to hand him the keys because we made an artificial plaster key to pretend that it's the master key that we just stole.
There's only some way that we can pretend that he
On
was
the
like
key
someone
ring.
else. That was like calling like a boss or something, or give him like a reassignment.
I tried, but he doesn't want to go to the phone anymore.
A thermostat was mounted over a radiator. The radiator was pumping out heat as the thermostat was cranked. No wonder it was warm in here.
We need to make it
couldn't
cold so he
imagine
goes in
what-
there.
But how do we do that when it won't let me interact with the things in there? Because I tried.
So we can't mess with the thermostat.
The thing felt real.
Because you saw, I tried.
didn't
It only
want
lets me
any
look
cold.
at it.
The thing felt really...
I can look
I
at this
didn't
toilet.
need to get near to tell the toilet needed clean.
I can look at this water and this, but I can no longer interact with
I
these
wasn't
things
about to-
because I already used it for the plaster.
I didn't need...
Right.
So clearly we're supposed to do something with the boiler, but it's not letting me really do anything yet. So I'm not sure. And I can't swap the keys back. Use that to open it. No. What does it want us to do? Very vague.
get this guy to move.
Hey, Sokka.
Maybe we should call Nico? I don't know, maybe she's got an idea?
You want to know the worst part?
Yeah?
I actually really liked being in the Southern Water Tribe.
Really?
That's the craziest thing. I thought you people would be so savage. And when I got there, you were definitely savage. I mean, you didn't know the basics of starting a state and trying to get you on the world stage. I mean, Hakoda could barely write a executive order. It was ridiculous. But with a little bit of help from someone trained like me, he's doing pretty well. His people trust and love him. He doesn't have to fear them or make them fear him. And when I spoke out of turn in the council room, and I told your father, punish me or else they're going to think you're a savage. And he said, with all due respect, your majesty, from where I'm standing, a nation that burns and banishes its young people for a mistake, they're the savage ones. How could I argue with that?
I mean, maybe you don't need to argue. I mean, he's not wrong. I mean, it's just... There's nothing wrong with making mistakes.
Of course there is.
Yeah, well, then how do you grow and learn?
You don't. You do it right the first time, or you get burned and banished.
Then how do you know you've
Or
done it
disgraced.
right? How do you know you've done it right the first time?
That's the worst part. You don't. It's completely arbitrary. That's what I've learned. I spent my whole life doing everything as expected of me, perfectly, above and beyond. And for what? For the regime to change, and suddenly everything I did was bad. And somehow it's all my fault. Nobody wants to hear it. Nobody cares about what led me to this situation.
Okay, so we can't call Nico.
Yeah, he doesn't want to call her anymore. We can't do anything with this thermostat
I couldn't
except look at it.
imagine what I'd achieved by turning... The doorway led to an old...
A utility closet with nothing in there. And then this thing that has a bunch of bricks.
I couldn't see any use for it.
Oh, maybe I can hide the key in there. No?
I feel like we have to give him the keys.
We can't. I've tried, look.
Ah!
Hi again.
What is it?
I couldn't give him the keys. The false key looked pretty convincing.
See?
But it felt exactly like what it was. Painted
This is the
plastic.
first time
It
in this
was
game I've
bound
been
to detect
stumped.
it.
And of course it's... Oh, wait.
sure
You got
is
new
hard.
dialogue.
I have to have the door open to allow the workmen access, so why not? I turn the heat up.
You could wrap up warm.
I have my gloves if it gets cold, but why bother?
Okay, we just needed that new dialogue, is
Talk
what
to
it
you-
was. Alright, so now we're gonna make it cold.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna get in there. So we just had to get that dialogue option. That's dumb.
The
I'd
thing
already
felt
figured it
really
out.
hot. I didn't want... The thing felt
Oh, is it seriously not even gonna give us an option to do anything, though? Open it.
The thing felt
How do we do this?
I didn't...
Well, did something come up for the keys for dialogue? I
Let me
noticed that a
see.
second ago.
Not for dialogue.
Hi again.
What?
It's just
I
for
couldn't
giving
give
it
the
to
false
him.
key. He was...
Gotcha.
See?
Talk to you later.
We can look at this. Oh, there we go. He just turned it. I don't know why suddenly it let him do it. That was a bit silly. I guess they wanted
I
us to
turned
do
the
it in a
heating off.
specific order. Okay, so now he's cold.
As I'd hoped, the guard...
Okay, so now he won't feel the plaster because he put his gloves on.
Ah!
That's what it was.
Hi again.
I
What
thought we
is
just had to
it?
I
sabotage
held
the
my
boiler.
breath and
I did
hoped-
too.
Here's the
That
keys.
seemed like the most likely
Thanks.
thing.
Merci,
Yeah.
monsieur.
Talk to you later.
Au revoir.
Okay, so now we can leave this room. But the problem now is we have to get inside. Subterfuge, subterfuge.
I couldn't...
Okay, now we can get on the phone again.
Hi, Nico. It's me again.
I'd get.
What did you say to the pa...
I shan't repeat it.
Look, could you call back and ask him...
Okay,
I feel like if that was you on the phone, that you probably would have repeated what you said to him.
Of course. I said, you will never rise from the ashes of your humiliation. Painter, more like a ain'ter, as in you ain't ever gonna be worth anything.
Oof.
This looked like a good place to watch things develop.
Hey, you! It's the phone.
Yeah, who is it?
How should I know? What am I, your social secretary?
It's not a chick, is it?
Yes, it's a woman. Are you going to...
Does she have a warm sense?
Yes, she has a...
I'm not...
I can see that.
No, you don't.
You refuse. You refuse. I'm wasting valuable time.
Don't make me laugh.
I have a...
Impossible.
Meaning...
These random NPCs are arguing.
Why, you...
This looked set to carry on for some time.
Alright, perfect. Then let's go. We're gonna sneak in.
Huh. Somehow I thought that would broke out into fisticuffs.
I really mean
I
it,
guess I was
though.
wrong.
I realized that I actually quite like your cuisine. You mostly eat meat and seafood. Same thing I eat. Mostly meat and seafood. We're an island nation. You guys like hunting. I think hunting is great. I went to very intense survival courses in the academy, so I know how to hunt and clean and make food if I have to survive. Only, you know, instead of doing rats because I have to survive, now I can actually be big game. The cold is unfortunate, but I'm a firebender, so I can handle it, and it is nice whenever your gran is chilly and I can come over and heat her up and she thanks me. Although it is annoying that she always says I'm too pale and too skinny. She's always like, you're too pale and too skinny. You'll never get pregnant like that. And I'm just like, what are you talking about, you crazy old woman?
Yeah, it's... Gran does that. She just... I don't think she's trying to be mean. It's just one of those, oh, let me help you kind of things, although it really, really comes
What makes you think she's not trying to be mean? She could be trying to help and be trying to be mean. Women can multitask.
Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong. I mean, it wouldn't be the first time I dealt with that, too. I mean, how many times has she said that I'm too skinny?
I don't know, because I'm in Azula's head. Ow!
Shut up. She was finally getting somewhere. Don't interrupt.
I mean, if I'm interrupting it, isn't it because Azula's own brain wants to interrupt?
I'm not arguing with you.
There was no doubt about it. It was the same sort of idol.
Oh, look, we found the idol. I'm a genius. I did it all by myself without your help.
Close up.
Huh.
The it fanned out around.
I bet we have to use the chalice. Yep, that's why it needed to be shiny.
The Holy Grail solves everything.
It sure does.
Decoded by the curves of the chalice.
Oh, that's cool. It's like a magic eye poster. That you have to use the chalice to, like, focus the image into a clear and legible image.
I found out what the chalice was for.
Only imagine how many people just went there with a rusty chalice. Like,
well,
well, nothing more than I can do. Time to abandon this quest.
Well, I mean, I imagine not very many, because they had it closed off.
What did it show?
A picture of a church with a
Question for
square
Sokka.
tower.
Is Gran your maternal or paternal grandmother? Is she on your mother or father's side?
She's on my mother's side. I mean, you can clearly see the...
Wait, no, she's not. She's on your father's side.
Ah, you got me!
Why are you lying to me?
Because I wanted to test you.
My dossier. You're checking if my dossier had your information. For your information, my dossier not only says that Gran is your paternal grandmother, but I even know the story of how your mother got that engagement necklace from your father.
Wait, you found out that story?
Yeah, your father told me. When I was working in the Southern Water Tribe, I was very sad and depressed because everything is terrible and miserable for me all the time. And your father came in and talked to me about it.
That
That
is...
makes sense. I don't know, I just...
Let's take
I
a...
don't know, I just thought you wouldn't have had an interest in that.
I mean, it's an interesting story. Do you even know it?
Yeah,
There's
of
a
course,
wolf
you know,
at
just... oh, man, Dad
Do you
just...
actually know it, or are you just...
The nut through my...
That's right, you're a hallucination. Of course you know it. That makes sense. Because you're in my head and I know the answer.
I'm not a hallucination, but I should tell you the story anyway. So... I can't remember all the details. It's been a while.
I can! They're in my dossier about you. That I don't know why I still keep since the war's over and you're not my enemies anymore.
Yeah, I mean, do you think I'm just gonna do, I don't know, Water Tribe stuff that is like, ooh, danger to the Fire Tribe? Or
Fire Tribe?
Nation? I don't know!
Our tribal people are called Sun Warriors. Look, now I get to call you the racist for once. do. I remember the story.
Yeah, 'cause I just remember that. Yeah, I remember when they got engaged. It was just Dad kept trying to get her attention.
Yeah, because it was a bet with Bato.
Yeah, like he bet that he could make her laugh.
Yeah, that's what it was. He bet that he could make her... Well, I remember. It was because Bato and your father used to be really irresponsible and pull pranks and all that. I mean, they did their work around the village, but they used to pull pranks and be silly, and all the girls loved Hakoda because he was so handsome, and he has those beautiful eyes that you have, and that jawline. Anyway, and Kaya, I think was your mother's name, right?
Yes.
She was very responsible. She was all about taking up extra work wherever she could to help out around the village, help the elderly, help the children. And one day, I guess she gets kind of snippy at your father for being irresponsible. And your father was just wowed by how beautiful and incredible she was. And so he told Bato, well, you say it. What did he tell Bato?
Oh, what did he say?
That was the bet, right? That he could make her laugh.
He could make her laugh. I'm just trying to remember, like, what the deal was. Like, oh, no, I guess maybe they didn't, like, really have any, like, you know, if I win, you did it, if you win.
No, because that was part of the story. Because, no, you don't even remember. Wait, your hallucination. Of course you remember. You're in my head.
I think Azula's starting to have an existential crisis inside with herself.
Do you even know what that word means?
Of course I do, because Azula does.
Touché.
But all I remember is that no matter what Dad did, he would always try to get her to laugh, and he just failed horribly.
He bet Bato. He said, I bet you captainship of every ship we ever get to be in charge of for the rest of our lives when we grow up fully, that I can get her to laugh. And Bato was like, Hakoda, it's not gonna work. You're not funny. You're just hot. I remember, because Bato still says that to your dad.
Yes,
You're not funny. You're just hot. And so he was convinced. So he went and he started working around the village, taking up extra odd jobs. Anyone who was in need, he was on top of it, teaching people how to tie knots, helping bring boats in, bringing supplies to people that needed it, doing extra runs, all of that, even helping out with the children. And Kaya started to like him. But no matter what joke he made, he couldn't make her laugh. So after about a month of this, Bato and your father were drinking, and Bato goes, at some point, Hakoda, there has to be an end to the bet. So we need to end this. And Hakoda says, Bato, I'll raise the stakes. You give me one more night, and I bet you not only will I make her laugh, I will get a date with her. I bet you I will win a date with her. And Bato says, Hakoda, if you manage that, not only can you be captain of every ship we ever get to be on when we're older, I will vote for you to be frickin' chieftain or something like that. I forget exactly what Bato said there.
It was something along the lines of, yeah, like, basically, he's gonna push for him to be the next one in line.
In line, okay. So then your father goes to his mother and he says, Mom, Kana, I've tried everything I can think of and nothing makes this woman laugh. And your grandmother realized that Hakoda was in love. And so she gave Hakoda her betrothal necklace and told him what it meant. Even, because, you know, I guess you guys don't do that in the South. I'm not quite clear on that. Anyway, so he goes to Kaya, and that evening, when they're going for a walk right in front of the moon, he gets down on his knee, and he offers her the betrothal necklace. And finally, for the first time in a month, he gets her to laugh. She laughs right in his face when he proposes to her. She can't even believe it. She's like, are you serious? Just laughing at him. So Hakoda runs away. He goes and finds Bato. The two of them go drinking out wherever they were because, you know, you guys didn't have buildings or infrastructure back then. Maybe it was in a snow pit. I don't know what you people did.
Yeah, basically, it was just a really, really big igloo and hut. There wasn't much we had there, like you said.
So they were drinking, and Hakoda's there going, well, I got her to laugh. And Bato says, yes, but we raised the stakes. You said you'd get a date with her. And so they were all depressed there. And then Kaya shows up. And she tells your father, Hakoda, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to hurt your feelings. I just think it's absolutely ridiculous that you would propose to me like that out of the blue. I mean, it's so irresponsible and reckless. At least ask me out first. And Hakoda goes, are you asking me out? And she said, well, yes, if you're interested. And Hakoda turns around to Bato. Huge grin on his face, because technically, that counts. He never said he would ask her on the date. He just said he'd get a date. And she just asked him. And Bato went, you're not funny, Hakoda! You're just hot!
Yeah, it still shocks me how often he tells him that, too.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I don't know if, like, I don't think Bato's jealous, but I know he... I don't know. I guess Dad does show him up sometimes, and I'm pretty sure he's just trying to keep Dad grounded.
I think he just likes teasing him because they're friends.
That, too. What better way to show your friends and keep them grounded, huh?
Mm-hmm. Alright, so I think we just have to go to the church now because we saw an image of the church and the chalice. I don't know where else to go. Maybe this man can tell us more information. By the way, do you even know who Hakoda's father was?
Father.
Your
Bonjour,
paternal
monsieur.
grandfather?
How pleasant to speak to you again.
No, I never really...
Does-
seen him.
Does your father even know?
It was as a...
Oh,
Oui.
I mean...
Catch
He's
you
kind of
later.
mentioned him
Oh.
in passing, but he just doesn't really talk about him that much. I don't know why. Just, I don't know, maybe they had a strained relationship. Maybe it was just a case of, you know, he's gone, there's no point in reminiscing about it.
I don't know. Something
stone-
about
I
that
wonder-
story has always been strange to me.
a stone knight. A stone carrying all that art.
Like, when I think about it, your grandmother was engaged to marry Paku. She runs away, but she keeps his engagement necklace. I can only assume she did care for him. She just didn't want to be a slave. She wanted independence, so she leaves him. And then suddenly she shows up in the Southern Water Tribe, and not long after, she has Hakoda. Something happened between point A and point B that no one seems to know the answer to, and I just think that's very mysterious, because you know what that means.
I mean, it would be weird if Paku actually was my grandfather and she just...
For all we know, your grandfather was a pirate or something. Who knows?
Could have been could have been a pirate. Maybe could have been Paku. Maybe could have been some guy that was in the Southern Water Tribe and died shortly after. I don't know. Man, I wish Dad gave me more details about him.
Maybe
Things a
he
lot
doesn't
easier.
even know.
It's possible. He might just be telling stories that Gran told him.
That's true. I like to think it was a pirate. In fact, I like to think it was the pirate that smuggled her from the Northern Water Tribe to the Southern Water Tribe.
Oh, jeez, you think?
I mean, it explains why no one will talk about who he was. If he was a member of the Southern Water Tribe, everybody would know. The fact that nobody knows? Maybe he was just some smuggler or pirate, you know? Kind of a rapscallion with a heart of gold. In which case, I feel really bad for Kana. Your poor Gran. Can you imagine? Your two love interests are a man who loves you but won't give you your freedom, and a man who gives you your freedom but won't stick around.
Such is the dilemma of love.
You could either stay with Paku, who would have been devoted to you but would have never given you any independence and you would have been stuck being his little housewife, or you could go hang out with the pirate, who's definitely not going to be devoted to you and is going to be a free spirit who won't settle for you. But, you know, he'll get you out of there. Pretty rough.
You know what, the more I think about it, I
Mausoleum,
think you're right. I think it was a pirate.
That would be pretty cool. I mean, it would explain why you are the way you are.
Hi there, Lopez.
How many times have I been the one that tries to rally the gang into, like, actually thinking things through?
Look,
Right.
I would...
You don't know. It's a bit...
Like a pirate.
I don't know, privateers, they seem a bit more... seem more like kind of a tough thing.
So, you don't think someone who could be captain of a ship, leader of a bunch of warriors, navigator, instructor, trainer, warrior, all at the same time, that doesn't sound like you? A master
Well-
of swords and ranged weapons.
I mean, well, when you put it that way.
So the
It's ridiculous. Why am I imagining you saying things just to irritate me and argue with me? Even in my own hallucinations, you have to be a pain. Stubborn.
story,
When the Inquisition...
but they... You don't... I don't know.
You must
Azula,
speak to my
if you
lady
keep
of
being mean to the people you like, they're not going to understand you like them. Oh, well, gee, I sure hope someone would maybe have taught me when I was a child how to have a healthy relationship, Mother. Very easy for you to judge from inside the mirror, now isn't it? What? What are you looking at me like that for?
I'm not looking at you. I'm looking at the mirror.
Oh, sure. Like you've never talked to yourself before.
Sorry, what? I was looking at my biceps in the mirror.
Yeah, I know. I've literally heard you talk to them. I heard you. You went,
Hey, Punchy. Hey, Squeezy. Guys are looking pretty big and strong today.
yeah, I saw you.
It's not punchy and squeezy. It's paunchy and squeezy.
Sorry. Ponche and squeeze. Well, the fact that I know that, I must know it because I just... Wait, I didn't know that.
Adios.
How did you just correct me if I didn't know that?
Uh-oh, she found a contradiction.
And here comes the part where she's gonna have a mental breakdown. How? I didn't know that.
Yeah, because I'm Sokka, who is here, talking to you.
That's impossible because Sokka hates me and would never stay here to talk to me.
If I hated you, why would I have been here before trying to help you solve this mystery?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. You wouldn't be, so you must be fake.
It was just a... Unless you count...
I don't hate you. I mean, yeah, there were some things that happened that were, like, not great, like, really hurting.
What about when I first got to the Southern Water Tribe and your father said, hey, bodyguard her, and you said, but I hate her?
I mean, opinions can change over time.
Not mine. I'm always right the first time.
Didn't we have a discussion about mistakes?
Hi, Countess.
Yeah.
I brought...
And I don't have the luxury of having them like you. I mean, you can be a huge screw-up and your father will still adore you.
Yeah, well, you're not wrong there.
Couldn't be
Yeah.
me.
I met an obliging priest with a
But,
soft
okay,
claw.
so, what was your opinion of me the first time, then? That you're clearly
No,
not mistaken
not
about.
yet. I don't even know what it is I'm after.
He's an on-bender from the Southern Water Tribe. Mother Kaya, father Hakoda. Grandmother came from the Northern Water
All I
Tribe and
know is I
evacuated
don't
to the
want the
Southern
bad
Water
guys
Tribe.
to get
Sister
it.
Katara is the last waterbender in the South after the raids by the Southern Raiders. He is very intelligent, the tactician of the group. The one who reads the maps and is the navigator. He is the hunter, and so he's usually the one catching the food for them. And if anything, he is the biggest risk to me. He's the biggest threat to the entire Fire Nation, because the rest of them are children, and without him and his planning, they'd be nowhere. I'm serious. Check the Earth Kingdom Chronicles. That's canonically what she thinks of him. Also, she calls him tall a lot.
Why are you talking about yourself in third person?
Don't try to understand it.
There's still the...
Well, I can't argue with that. I suppose you are
The
right
Inquisition.
about being
We
not
know
wrong
now.
the first time.
They did not take the then.
The Inquisition admitted to killing Don Carlos'
Ooh,
manservant. Now,
so let's
this
see.
guy had been told to protect them.
That is correct.
I think he hid them.
He
And
hid the
chalice.
kids and the
With him dead,
chalice.
and Don Carlos... You know
There's
what this
missing
time
children
is.
that they think didn't get killed.
If this
The children were hidden on this
more
estate.
wonder that
Oh, and they must have died on the estate hidden.
With that child in Paris.
Because the guy that was protecting them got killed before he could come back for them.
Coat of arms. I...
Other theory?
The coat of arms on the chalice?
Maybe the kids built a family in the walls.
Yeah. I'd be happy to show you the city.
I would never
There's
come up with such
something
a stupid
biblical
plan.
about
Something weird. Maybe I'm still drunk.
Psalms
I'm just saying.
32:7.
I am not a
Weird
good
things
enough
happen all the
man.
time. I'm not
know?
saying it's a likely idea. I'm just saying it's an idea.
I'll have a look around.
My home.
Alright, so I think we may have figured something out. The Countess is very excited here. I discovered the tomb of her missing ancestor, Don Carlos de Vasquelones. Alright, so... now we just have to find that tomb.
Mausoleums.
So let's go elsewhere and try to find it. Unless this guy has something valuable to say. Let's see.
Hey, you know where that music's coming from? Yeah, over there. Thanks!
Hi, Lopez.
Thanks! Hey, have you ever done the voice of, like, a spoiled rich aristocrat? I'm sure you have to deal with them all the time in court now, right?
I mean, yeah.
Well, can you imitate them? Because I used to imitate them with Zuko all the time when we were little kids.
Let's see.
They'd be like, oh no, can you believe labor's being paid again? And the investors get all the scraps. It's an outrage.
And I think that means it's gonna go all the way up to us for the
Calculate
cost.
audio.
Oh my!
Oh my! Yeah, how are we supposed almost a war profiteer with these kinds of margins. It's just not fair.
I know. Going from 83 to 82%. What a crime.
Driveway down to the main road. I didn't want to leave just...
What?
Now then, just... Between them and some of these, like, old-school scholars, it's just like, ugh.
I guess you're not used to having to be a prince, huh? Not as easy as it looks, is it?
I mean...
I borrowed your...
Yeah, I mean, I learned tactics and stuff, but just... I don't know, just...
Paperwork, politics, having to talk to stuffy old people
Yeah...
who judge you all the time.
It's... Yeah, just... Especially when the teachers come by, the scholars going blah, 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 blah. Ugh.
Must be so hard for you.
Well, it wasn't hard for you to hear people go blah, blah, blah about lessons you're probably never going to use.
I didn't like the...
I mean, no, because I excelled in every lesson I was ever in, and if something really bored me, I just, didn't do it.
I mean, I'm saying that's what I did too, which unfortunately was a lot of it, so... Things...
Okay, maybe we're not done talking to her, because it didn't let me leave the estate yet.
Hello again.
Please.
What else could we possibly have to talk to her about? It sounds like we have to go and...
Where is...
Nowhere.
I don't understand.
I'll have a look
We've
at
already
my
exhausted all of our conversations. We have to go find the mausoleum. Why won't it let us leave yet?
So we saw the mausoleum. Why won't we
Because
go
that one's apparently not where we have to go. We have to find the tomb of her missing ancestor. Which he seems to have figured out where it is. But we can't leave the estate yet, and I'm not quite sure why. We just returned the chalice to her. We don't have anything that could be the missing chess piece yet. And I don't see anything else in this household that is important.
I'm trying to think.
I swear I was doing way better at this game before you came back, Hallucination Sokka.
Have you ever thought that maybe we were just dealing with the impossible right now? Well, not impossible, but you know what I mean.
Maybe you're just distracting. You ever thought about that? That's what you sound like. You're not very good at public speaking, are you?
I mean, usually I am.
Really? I could teach you, It's not that hard. Okay, good. We made it. So I don't know why. I guess we had to use the path instead of clicking on the mausoleum. That's my mistake, I suppose.
George Stobart. Great.
Okay, so now we should be able to tell which one is the guy.
It's interesting. He seems so concerned about being labeled as a grave robber.
I know. We've already basically been a Tomb Raider.
Exactly. Just go with it. It's a cool name. It's a cool idea and a cool profession. Hey, what's that rope there?
It affects this window here. It's a...
Now what? Feeling like an idiot, I put...
And never mind. I wonder if there's a way...
So we picked up...
candle up there.
We picked up the Bible.
It was the Spanish Bible.
Okay.
Maybe take that back to them? Wait, what the?
There's something we have to do in here. We just have to figure out what.
Let me think. Time for the good old Sokka brain to do its thing.
It was too... Now that it had given up its secret.
Have we looked at that? Wait, did you look at that candle up there?
Stobart.
Huh?
Did you look at that candle up there at all? Because I feel like we have to light that or
Hanging
something.
from the ceiling. It looked really...
We don't have anything to light it with. I'm guessing it's going to magically light at one point. That's my...
We need to think of something that we can light it with. I mean, do we have anything that's even flammable?
Not really. Not at this stage.
Wait. I
What?
mean, isn't paint and grease flammable?
You want me to use the grease rag?
I mean, yeah.
I mean, I could catch it on
Maybe
fire.
we'll use on that thing that, like, is actually meant to... Oh.
I would have not thought to commit arson with a rag. I would have just shot fire at it. But okay, game, if you wanted... I suppose this is how non-benders have to go about life. Seems awfully inefficient. But I guess it makes sense why you thought of that.
I mean, yeah, I mean, there's
Didn't work, though.
there's nothing wrong with being...
It didn't work, though.
Nah!
We have to shut this window first. I think the wind
Oh, yeah.
blew it. Alright, let's try again. With this...
The tissue was pretty charred, but the grease paint had done most of the burning.
Alright, let's try it again. Let's see if there's anything left to burn.
If it doesn't work, we'll just have to find another clown to get all that grease paint on.
Alright, this time it stayed lit.
Well, there we go. See? The fact that I thought outside the box. Are you convinced that I'm real now?
What do you mean? I think outside the box all the time. I defeated you, didn't I? Anything you can do, I can do better. In fact, there's nothing you can say I wouldn't think to say, because of course I'm going to be able to guess everything you would have said or done or thought.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
How about this? I don't prove I'm real.
The candle had burnt brilliantly.
Why did you bring Sun and
only
Moon Moon
for
here?
a couple of minutes.
They're in the Southern Water Tribe. Good luck.
No, they are right here. Look.
Why would they be here in the Fire Nation in the drunk tank I got put in for drinking too much with the peasants yesterday?
I can't whistle.
Ooh, it melted and there was the missing chess
It
piece
was a
in there.
smooth...
Okay, I'm sure they're Sun and Moon Moon. They'll hear that whistle.
You know, you could just call them like a normal person, but they won't come because they're not real. That's my brain making an excuse.
Sun, Moon Moon.
She really is good at coming up with reasons for things, isn't she?
Yeah, she is. It's the worst part about being that smart. You can basically convince yourself of anything. Azula, my darling, not everything that's good in your life is a lie. I know you're afraid. But just like Zuko, you had to overcome his anger. You have to overcome your fear. You have to see with eyes unclouded by fear. See with eyes unclouded? Have you ever heard someone say something like that? See with eyes unclouded.
I mean, of sorts, yes. I've heard different variations on that phrase, but...
Doesn't really make sense, though, does it? Because how could there be clouds over your eyes?
Well,
All right, old lady, I found your family's old missing chess piece.
Hello again.
Reward
Mind
me.
if I sit?
Please, be my
As
guest.
for the cloudy thing, I mean, cataracts are a thing, but I know that's not what she's
make
talking
of
about.
Oh,
It
Sun!
looks like some sort of key.
Yes!
Oh, where did you get it?
Oh,
It
cute
was
little
buried
thing with your
inside
broken
the great
leg. Am
candle
I
in the
gonna hallucinate
mausoleum.
you now, too?
What have you
Try
done
petting
to
her?
it?
I,
Well, she's all the way over there. She has a little
Did you
broken
hear
leg. I'm
a
not gonna
plate
make her
for
come
her?
over.
Listen, the candle was to be lit in case of Moorish
One
attack,
moment.
right? Well, it burnt down in no time and revealed this key thing.
Well, where's
Maybe
Moon
that
Moon,
was
then?
the real purpose
If they're
of
so
lighting
real.
the candle.
What
Moon
are you
Moon!
suggesting?
That
I
lighting the
see, always the one that
candle
gets
was
me
the
difficult.
equivalent.
Because he only comes when I
Break
call.
glass in case
Moon
of
Moon!
emergency.
Come here,
Gentlemen
baby!
must not
Come here,
stand
baby
in the way
boy!
of all of
Who's
this.
a good Moon Moon? See, he's not real, or he would have come running the moment I called him.
Then, who is that?
A hallucination of Moon Moon, who's looking at me in confusion, of course.
Okay, let me bring
What
Moon
does
Moon
this
here
ch-
too.
Here's the Bible.
Oh, goodness.
Very well.
Son!
The first reference.
Well, she's
Psalm
always liked you
32,
better than me. Come here.
7.
Thou art
Oh
my
goodness,
hiding
this is
place.
a very vivid
Thou
hallucination,
shalt
isn't it? I can
preserve
feel
me
her
from
fur, her
trouble.
little
Thou
broken leg
shalt comfort
cast.
me about
But
with
she's always
songs
liked you
of
better.
you.
Why would she come to me instead of
My
Moon Moon?
hiding place.
Don't get your hopes up too high. This might just be leading
I
us to
don't
where we
know.
found the
You
chalice.
broke your little leg, didn't you, little girl?
The next.
Okay, John.
I can't believe
4:11.
Hakoda didn't punish me for letting her break her
John,
little leg
4.
on that hunt.
11.
He was right, they weren't ready yet. I suppose I
well,
pushed them a little too hard.
The next. Quick.
Not like you were
Okay,
trying to
okay.
make it happen.
I just want them to be able to
Corinthians
survive on their own without having to rely on
4:5.
handouts, that's all.
Will bring to
The world is
light
very
the
frightening when you're
hidden-
dependent on other people to take care
Anymore?
of you.
Just one. Psalms
All you
again.
gotta do is just
22:21.
ease them into it. Doesn't need to be a
Save
handout,
me
just needs to
from
be,
the
you know,
lion's
Well, it wasn't even Sun Sun's fault.
For
She's
thou
already
hast
ahead of the
turned me
curve.
from
She
the
knows what to do.
horns of
It's
the
Moon Moon who's the foolish one.
Alas, it
She
was
only got
you.
hurt trying to protect
Lions,
him.
Unicorns, what's it mean?
I can't guess.
She,
Salient points seem to be a
Look at that,
hiding
trying to make sure
place
she's
in the
not
deep
missing
well.
She's so
In no
soft.
sense is the mausoleum a
My
well,
little
Senor
son.
Stobart.
Is there a
say
well
hi
in
to
the
people?
ground?
she's soft.
I do not know.
Yeah,
So
she's
she's
I suppose
real
that there must have
Aesop?
been once upon a time. Lopez is a
Wow,
man
my
who
imagination
has
really is
anything
making a
but
very vivid
anything.
Sokka. He's getting on my nerves. Hey, Azula, if he's not real, why don't you tell him your deepest, darkest secrets? Oh, what kind of deepest, darkest secrets would he even want to hear, May? What are you looking at me like that for?
Nothing.
Here, take Sun.
Oh no.
Go ahead, she's real, right? You should be
Yes.
able to just take her.
Well, I can't just take her, because if she is real, that means I must be extra careful, correct?
Because of her little broken leg.
Yes.
You're
exactly.
worrying too
I've
much
got mine.
hallucination of Sokka. But I guess that just shows how good my imagination and brilliance is, because you are a cautious person, for real.
I'm not being overly cautious. I'm being just the right amount of cautious.
It's alright, I get it. You're neurotic because your mother was lost to you at a young age. You didn't get all the nurturing you needed. Your father left to go fight in the war. You were left with the responsibility of taking care of your people and your nation, and you were terrified the whole time that war was coming and that you were the only thing standing between your people and yourself, which left you with both a high sense of responsibility and a bit of a haughtiness towards women, that it was your job to protect them as if they were weak. But at the same time, the sense of superiority also came with a sense of inferiority, in that you felt that you should sacrifice your life to protect the women in the village, therefore making your life worthless outside of dying for them, correct? Yes, I know all about that. That's exactly how I felt growing up. I'm serious.
No, I believe you, because I mean, I've seen where you've had to be. It's just you.
Well, of course you believe me. You're my own mind.
I didn't want to leave.
Really real. Ah, kidney. Stomach.
Sun! Oh, come here, my cute little hallucinatory boy. Guess you got jealous, Moon. A Sun getting all the attention, huh, Moon?
Intestines being crushed.
Oh, are they standing on you weird? Don't worry, you're a hallucination. You'll be fine. Hi.
Jealousy. The one thing that always gets Moon's attention.
The hiding place, the well is deep, will bring light into hidden things, saving from the lion's mouth. Those are the Bible verses on the tomb. A hiding place, the well is deep, will bring light into hidden things.
The candle had burnt brilliantly.
A hiding place, the place is deep. A well. We need to find a well of some kind on this property.
Maybe we can talk to the gardener?
Let's ask him.
The groundskeeper?
The groundskeeper.
Yeah,
Maybe he
maybe
knows.
he's got an idea.
He's got to know if there's a well around here.
Groundskeepers always know about all secrets on land. It's kind of their job.
Yeah, we can ask.
You must know
Is there a well?
Hey,
Do you know of a...
well. Listen,
Well, take
how
me.
can you...
Great.
How should I? The well was covered over in the last
It was
century.
covered over in the last
And you
century.
have no...
None.
It was hidden even before his grandfather's
must have
time.
a-
Great.
It must have been in the old house.
Here? Oh,
There might be a way.
any
Nothing
ideas
about
yet?
it?
We are looking for
Yeah.
generations, even if it is me.
Ah, you're...
Water
Eh?
dowsing.
You
Water
know,
dowsing
you
isn't
gotta
real.
Oh,
Yeah, I think most
Yeah,
of
I
the
mean,
planet...
water
Oh,
bending,
man.
yeah, but water dowsing.
that is.
Are we
hell.
seriously gonna use something fake like water dowsing? That sounds like Avatar BS to me.
Man, I hate it when people try to conflate like actual stuff with this with this.
I went over to
hook'em.
find a suitable
I know,
spot.
right?
I
Science
don't
and
believe it.
is
There
real
wasn't a
and
single
works.
usable
It's
wise-
like astronomy being turned into astrology.
There wasn't a
I hate it.
Okay, alright. Since you're a hallucination and it doesn't matter, play a game with me. Have you ever played Bed, Wed, Behead?
Not in polite company, but yes.
Zuko and I used to play it ever since we were kids. For example, he once asked me, Bed, Wed, Behead, you, Zuko, and Aang.
Wait, what?
That's the point, to put someone in an uncomfortable position with Wed, Bed, and Behead.
I do not feel comfortable.
There
knowing
wasn't
that
a
I'm the
single
one that's one of the
usable-
subject matters for this.
So,
It's not that hard. What, are you intimidated or something?
No, I just don't want to know who wants to bed and behead me.
Look, it's like this. I ask you, Bed, Wed, and Behead, Yue, Suki, and Tylee.
Yue, Suki, and Tylee.
That's not that hard. Come on.
It was a smooth...
I mean... What? Oh! It's not fair, because I wanted to wed 2 of them.
Well, you can still bed one of them.
Yeah, but then I have to behead one of them, and I don't want to behead any of them.
That's the point. That's what makes it difficult.
Now what? Feeling like an idiot. High up in the...
Okay, okay. Let's say wed Suki because I already...
Alright, wed Suki because you already bought the cow to get the milk. Got it.
Bed Yue, behead Ty Lee.
I don't blame you. She's my best friend, and I'd choose wed, bed, and behead Ty Lee sometimes.
That's not very nice, Azula.
Yeah, well, neither are you.
I feel guilty saying that because she's alright.
Alright, your turn to ask me. Wed, bed, behead.
Okay, wed, bed, behead. You know, what were the answers that you gave when you had those questions that you were talking about between you and Zuko?
Oh, that was easy. Behead Aang because he's the Avatar. I've already killed him once and he came back, so the only good person choice is to kill Aang since he'll walk it off.
Okay, fair.
Bed Zuko because, you know, I'm not gonna marry my brother. That's gross.
And betting is any better? Nope.
Yeah, it's
No
a one-time
pun
thing
intended.
instead of having to make heirs with him. Isn't that better?
Oh, this blue-blooded stuff, I hate it.
And then wed you, because I've already been Fire Lord, and I've already been Earth Queen, so all that's left is to marry a Prince of the Water Tribe and become Water Chiefess. Marry you, slowly manipulate you to gain power for the Southern Water Tribe until it has sovereignty, and eventually hegemony over the North, and we become the power in charge of them. And then become the first Water Chiefess.
So, matrimony to get to hegemony.
Yes. From matrimony to hegemony.
Oh, why am I not surprised?
Because my logic is perfectly sound and you can't possibly poke a hole in it. Right, your turn. Wed, bed, behead. Toph, Aang,
Hi,
Zuko.
Lopez. Got a minute?
Certainly, senor. How can I...
Well, I got my...
Simply apply it and walk.
Sounds easy.
Okay, I'd probably take... I don't want to hurt Aang, but you make a good point. He would just come back to life.
He is the only one, right?
It's the least consequential.
Alright, so behead Aang. Now who do you wed and who do you bed? Zuko and Toph. I'm a good person, so I didn't say Katara.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, it would probably be Bed Toph because there's no way her parents would let me marry her. Because they're all hoity-toity. Oh,
Yes, but you're a prince now.
Their definition of prince is pretty high up there.
Okay, so maybe get your act together and earn those beads and be a proper prince of the Southern Water Tribe and build yourself up. And then gain sovereignty for your people and eventually hegemony over the North.
If I could. Well, if that's the case, if I could, then yeah, I would probably wed Toph and then bed Zuko so we just get it over.
You would bed Zuko? Oh, I wish Zuko could hear this.
It's a tin can.
He'd be so upset if he heard you say that.
It had
I'm
what?
upset that I said it.
In this can.
Get rid... Lopez threw the can away. The splash at the end confirmed...
But to give you an idea,
suspected. Well,
if you really wanted to wed Toph, what I would do in your position is build myself as a prince. I would do great acts. I mean, you're already a war hero, so you're already ahead of the curve. Build myself up, and then make a deal with Lao Beifong. I would go to him and say, if you lend me the money to build up my armies and make a name for myself, I can provide your daughter the lifestyle to which she is accustomed and make you royalty by marriage. They would take that. They love that shit. Rich people love status. You're just not thinking about how to negotiate like a prince. You're still thinking of yourself as if your position is that of a peasant.
The well had been lost for decades at least.
Look, I'm just
The air
Hey,
was cool
look what we're
in the
inside
sun,
of.
But that's not
Well,
what
well,
I
well.
have a really
That was a really lame joke, Azula.
Alright, I gotta give you credit for that pun. That wasn't bad.
See, you can laugh. It's funny.
It was pretty bad, Azula.
It was a long, the brilliant midday sun.
Oh, the lion's mouth. That's right, we had something about a hiding place the well is deep will bring light into hidden things. Save me from the lion's mouth. Here's
Well, there's the lion's mouth.
So we have to save something from it, I suppose.
All right, religious text.
From a
What do you
distance,
pulled out again?
the lion's head had been impressive. Close up, it was frightening.
Oh, we just pull the Bible.
Hey.
Right, we bring the Bible up.
We don't have it anymore.
Ah! Looks like you're not paying attention.
One of the teeth is loose. Can we knock it with this?
Well, there more things that we can look around?
I can just pull it, maybe?
I could hear the sound of a lot of stone, and I knew.
Back up, George! There you go. He really is just you, Sokka.
Are you all right?
It's okay, Lopez.
Hey, Susto, me has dada. You gave me a scare.
That's incorrect.
Nice try,
Susto me has
Campers.
dado.
I wished that I had Leary's flashlight. It was too dark to see. It just felt like a pitted stone. I'd almost been killed for the...
A pitted stone wall, huh? Break it! Oh.
Then we'll use the key!
Use the chess piece! The key doesn't go to this, it's just something else.
Toilet?
We really can't smash it?
I wished that I had... It was too dark to see, and it just felt like I'd almost been...
So we need light to get
We
in
need
there.
light. Oh, I've got it. Put the mirror here. It'll reflect the light. Pretty basic scientific principle. No need for
realized I could use the
magical
mirror to reflect the light.
avatar spirit crap, right?
The heck is that?
There, in the middle of the door, I could see some kind of socket.
There's
It
some kind of
looked like
socket.
this wasn't quite the dead end it seemed.
Save, just in case. I don't know, I'm getting a bad feeling.
There. What do you think? Fake sock. That's you.
Pardon me, let me go get some sun and moon. And I'll contemplate my existence.
Sure. I'll contemplate it with you. Well, at least this is the nicest my imagination has treated me in a long time. I don't know. You know, you think threatening to kill people will make them like you, but it doesn't. It just makes them dead.
People die when they're killed.
They sure do.
Now I knew what I was looking for. It only took a few moments to
Alright,
find-
so we found
and
the socket.
There it was.
And that's, I bet, where we put the chess piece.
I slid the stone key into the lock.
Open.
Turn the dial.
Oh, great. A puzzle. Alright, that's fine. We're good at these, right? Hallucination of Sokka?
Ooh, yay, numbers. Okay, so...
But I'm not quite sure what numbers they want us to
So I
put.
think they want those Bible verses, if we can still have them on record.
Let's see. We have them in our journal somewhere.
Good, that makes us a lot easier.
I think. Yes. On the outside of the inscription were the numerals XIV, XXVII at the top. VI and LXXI to the left, 3 and 1 on the right, and then those along the bottom. So at the top, it's XIV for 1. So do we have XIV on any of these?
No, I'm not seeing... Oh, wait. Okay, so the top one is the X, and then the middle one's the IV?
Let's
Or-
try it. It's taking a while to load.
Oh, we might want to go the other way, because that's going to be a long...
X. Now we need the IV. So,
And I need to watch and see what happens next.
alright, so now that's at the top. XIV. What's next? Oh, no, wait. The numerals XIV and XXVII at the top. Okay, so actually, I think this has to go there. XIV and XX.
VII?
VII.
So 2 more then?
But then we don't have XIV together anymore. Oh, we have to push it in.
I must have made
Okay,
a
okay,
mistake.
okay. I understand
Lock
now. I
spun back
understand
to
now.
neutral.
So
okay.
XIV. Enter.
I heard the sounds of the lock.
Okay.
moving. Either that or the wall was going to come down on my head.
XIV.
XXVII.
Yes. So next is... Hold on, it's taking a second. Always struggling to load this puzzle. Alright. Enter. Okay.
Okay, what's next?
It will not let me check my notes anymore.
Oh dear.
Oh no, there we go. Okay. At the top, then VI and LXXI to the left. To the left.
So, is this one of those things where you have to press the one on the right to go to the left, or are we actually turning it to the left?
I have no idea. Okay, so VI and LXXI. So, where's VI?
Oh, we gotta go to the blank spot.
Oh, the blank one?
Yep.
With what?
With the VI.
But none of the outside ones say VI.
But the inner one does.
So now we have to reverse them?
Bring up the notes again. So let's see. At the top.
So for the first one, XIV and XXVII, both of those was the first letter on the top and the next one's on the second one.
Yes. So, for this one right here, we want to go with the blank up top, then VII right
Why
there.
do we want the blank up top?
Because that's the only way to get VII by itself. Since it says VII and LXXXI.
No, they don't want VII. They want VI.
Sorry, I mean VI.
Oh, okay. But then why does it say to the left? Because the first two it said at top.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't understand either. But we can try it. Let's see.
Yeah, I
So-
misread that as turning it to the left.
Did
Yeah,
somebody say at top?
What the?
How did you get in here? Oh, are they letting me out of the drunk? Are they letting me out of the drunk drunk tank? Apparently, I'm not
Okay,
recovered.
Toph, thank goodness you're here. Tell Azula I'm real.
He's a hallucination, right?
I mean, I've never seen him.
There you go. You're fake. Neither of us can see you, therefore you're not real. I mean, I can see you, but she can't see you, so you're not real.
Toph, I said I would wedge you. I thought you'd be behind my back on this one.
But it's so much funner to make fun of you.
It sure is. She
This
does
isn't
have
how
a
you
point.
treat your imaginary husband. I mean, future pasta.
Do I hear wedding bells?
I sure do.
I mean, you have the best hearing out of all of us, so probably.
All right, that works. So the to the left thing is meaningless, apparently.
They really could have worded this puzzle better.
Yes, they could have. It also takes forever to load to be able to look at the next one. Let's see. Now we've got LXXXI. LXXXI. So here's LXXX, and there's I. So... Anyway, Toph, are you here to tell me that it's time for me to go, or have you been sent to the drunk tank as well, or are you a hallucination?
All of the above?
I think some of those might be mutually exclusive. I think some of those might be mutually exclusive. No, you're definitely real. My own brain would never say something in contradiction like that.
You got me there. You know what? This is your world, Azula. We're all just living in it. Why don't you tell me?
I mean, she can't see us, Azula. That's a pretty good indicator that she's real.
Yeah, but neither can Sokka, and she's not buying that either.
Hello?
Zuko!
Yes, hi, Azula.
Arky?
Where did me and Ty Lee go? They were here just a second ago.
Well, last I checked, May was still in Omashu. As for Tylee, I don't know, I guess she could have been here.
They probably don't like Zuko. Wouldn't be the
May
first.
doesn't.
All right, Toph, is Zuko real? Is he actually here? I believe you're real. Is he real?
Yeah, I can see Zuzu. He's right there.
Okay,
I mean,
so Sokka isn't
with
real.
size
But,
makes sense.
so Sokka isn't real, but Zuko is.
Well,
Wait,
for the sake of your sanity, Sokka's real. I have to tell it to you straight.
No, that sounds like a prank. I don't believe you. Clearly Zuko's real and Sokka's fake. That's the only thing that makes sense.
Wait, I'm sorry. Azula, are they playing a prank on you?
Who's playing a prank on who? What are you talking
They're
about?
playing a...
Oh, hi, Sokka.
See, I'm real. He hear me. Thank you.
He couldn't be real. Sokka's in the Southern Water Tribe with Suki, all right? That's where he's spending all of his days. And it's miserable, okay? Because when he was all drunk and depressed because he thought Suki was leaving him or cheating on him because she was in love with you when she was your bodyguard, I was the one that reassured him that it wasn't real and that he mattered and that his friends hadn't forgotten him and that he could get revenge on them by becoming the best prince of the Southern Water Tribe ever. And then they'd be sorry. And you know what, Zuko? You know what? I liked it there. I liked helping them get their whole nation together. I helped them rebuild. I wrote laws for them. I helped them form a legislator. I used all the training that Daddy forced me to take, and I used it to help people, Zuko. All the people that they had brought down through attempted genocide and raids. I built them back up. I did the opposite of what Sozin did, of what Azulon did. And you know what? I liked it there. They're family, Zuko. They sit and they have dinner together. And they don't have servants to cook it for them. And yeah, that's really savage and stupid. But you know what? They hunt together. They clean it together. They cook it together. They eat it together. And they enjoy each other. And when the grandmother has something mean to say, she says it because she cares. She doesn't say it because she's nasty. She says you need to eat more. You're too pale and skinny, and she puts more food in your bowl. And when the racist old man, who's also sexist, says something rude to you, she tells him to shut up, and she defends you, stupid Paku. And it's a feeling I've never felt before. And Hakoda says he's proud, and he puts his hand on your head and pats it. You did a good job, and you don't even know what to say. And you find yourself leaning into the touch, and then you jump away. And he says, I'm sorry, I won't do it again. And you don't know what to say, because you want him to do it again, but you feel like you shouldn't. So the best you can do is work harder and harder, hoping he'll know you appreciate him, because you'll never in your life bring it to say to him. And his son, his stupid, beautiful son, keeps saying you're evil and don't trust her, but you keep helping him anyway because he's the only person who's smart and interesting and actually gets what it's like to have all the pressure on the world on top of your head. And you know what? It's not like the Fire Nation where they think you're a crazy princess, and it's not like the Earth Kingdom where they think that you're evil because you conquered Ba Sing Se. No one has a problem with you in the Southern Water Tribe because all they know about you is that you got reparations from the Fire Lord for them, so they welcome you, and it's nice, and it's warm, and it's unlike anything I've ever known, and it felt like having a home, and I wanted to go back, Zuko. I wanted to stay there, Zuko. I didn't want to come here.
Is that everything?
I just wanted to stay there.
Because I can take you back. That's not a problem.
Yeah, I mean...
I can't go back.
Why not?
Why not?
Because I don't belong there. Not anymore.
I mean...
Is it because of Sun? Do you feel guilty about that?
Of course I do. Sokka and I rescued those wolf cubs together. It was the one thing we actually worked together on. He was already angry that Hockey liked me so much, so at least the wolf cubs were something we didn't fight about. Sorry, I called him Hockey, Sokka's stupid name. No, we changed it to Hakoda II. Hockey is now short for Hakoda II. A messenger hawk should be treated with respect and dignity. They're war creatures.
Exactly. Let's get back to the point at hand.
You're the one that called him Hockey because he was a hockey... Never mind. I'm not arguing with the hallucination. Point is, there's no place for me there, Zuko.
Well, hey. Why don't I sit down with the real Sokka?
No, I
and we can
can't
talk
go
it
back. I can't go back. You're not listening.
Azula. Who says you can't go back?
I do.
You do.
Yes.
Shouldn't the authority of of who's allowed to stay in the Southern Water Tribe should be under the chieftains. Shouldn't that be his decision?
I didn't say I wasn't allowed. You're misunderstanding. They love me there. I got reparations out of you in a really ridiculous... I mean, honestly, I took advantage of you. Completely agreed to everything. I expected you to negotiate down, but I guess your guilt got to you.
It would have looked really bad to try and say I want to pay you less, so... Not the point.
But I can't go back.
Well, maybe a certain prince has no problem with you coming back.
Shut up, hallucination, Sokka.
I'm a real boy and a real prince!
Yeah,
I mean, according to... Oh, God.
That's exactly what I would imagine you saying. I can't go back, don't you understand? I think him and Suki got back together.
Actually, I can at least answer your question on one of those things.
And I don't want to go back to being a third wheel. I mean, it's just like being around you and May again and feeling locked out, or being around Ty Lee when she doesn't like me anymore and she's all about her Kyoshu warriors.
Well, Azula, I can at least say one thing.
What?
Suki's not in the South Pole and she hasn't really ever been there.
No, she went there just recently. He had a concert on Kyoshi and she came back to finally visit it, so I think they're all happy now. Haven't you heard?
I heard about the concert. I was not able to attend. I was busy crushing personal business.
Sounds like
Finally
you.
wrapped that up.
There just isn't a place for me there. And anyway, it would just be awkward, you know?
No, I completely understand.
I don't think you do.
Okay, maybe not completely, but I partially understand.
And yeah, Zuko's not entirely wrong. Suki's, not really there at the moment.
What do you mean, hallucination, Sokka? You don't know what you're talking about. Real Sokka was so happy she finally came to visit after years he's been asking her, and she keeps finding reasons not to come back. And I guess her and Ty Lee weren't hooking up after all, or if they were, it stopped. And now I don't really want to go back just to be a third wheel.
I mean, she was there for that time, and then afterwards, you know, kind of went back.
Hold on, Azula. I think I have something that might clarify this.
You don't know what it's like to have to hang out in a place where both of your crushes are there, and they like the same girl, and she's not you. You think I want to hang out in the Southern Water Tribe for both Sokka and Ty Lee to be drooling over Suki, who I defeated in combat, by the way, and I'm a way better Kyoshu warrior than her without ever even training. And anyway, I get weird dreams when I'm there.
Well, Azula, you might want to listen to this.
Dear Zuko, I'm so sorry you couldn't come to Sokka's concert last night. It was
Is this a Suki impression? Is that what you're doing right now?
No, this is my Ty Lee impression.
Wow, that's even worse.
I don't...
They can't all be as good at picturing our voices as you, Azula.
Shut up, Ty Lee.
I'm sure whatever Ty Lee said was not worth me hearing, so I didn't hear it at all. Anyway, fine, I won't do the voice. It's such a shame you couldn't come to the concert. It totes rocked. Anyway, Suki and I loved it. We are heading on our way back to Fish Town in order to help them create a specialized militia. Poor Sokka, he looked so lonely after the concert was over. I feel kinda bad, but, you know, that boy has plenty other options left. It's okay if the first one doesn't always work out. Anyway, talk to you later.
Wait, so she did dump him?
I assume so. Like, I don't know. Ty Lee didn't specify.
But that's what I've been saying the whole time, and he keeps telling me I'm stupid and that's not true, and that I need to stop being mean and lying all the time.
Because the truth hurts.
I know, hallucination Sokka. Tell it to real Sokka.
I think the real Sokka's in incredibly harsh denial.
Zula, if you remember, a while back I did mention he was talking about someone new.
Oh no, I met her. She's already over. There were a bunch of girls in the Southern Water Tribe that are all over him, and he's always like,
None of them like me for me. I feel like a piece of me just because I'm a prince now. Nobody understands. I'm gonna work on inventing the radio,
whatever the hell he called it. Radio.
I don't know about
radio,
you, Azula. Do girls in the Southern Water Tribe have amber eyes? I'm not sure what amber is. I think it's color.
I mean, it's not very common, but then again, blue eyes are way better looking. Blue's my favorite color. If people in the Fire Nation had blue eyes, maybe I would actually be interested in someone. But I mean, the best looking person in the Fire Nation is my own brother, so that's not gonna happen. Oh, I found the dead children.
Sokka, what kind of eyes do you like? Personally, I'm a fan of working ones.
Look, it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, I can't go back. It's awkward. I'm a third wheel. I broke Sun-Sun's leg accidentally by taking her out hunting, and she ended up having to protect Moon Moon, who wasn't ready yet. And I insulted Hakoda's councilmen by calling them snow savages, and it's just...
Welcome.
It's too late, all right? What am I supposed to do? Challenge them all to an Agni Kai for my honor? The entire Southern Water Tribe? There's no way to fix it. I've messed up too much, okay?
Sure. What did you
I
find
do have one more letter.
I don't want to hear any more letters, Zuko. You just don't get it. Everybody loves you. You can mess up as much as you want, and people will still care. But for me, they only like me as long as I'm perfect, as long as I'm performing. The moment I mess up, they just...
And a Templar knight on a horse.
Throw me away like I'm...
Does it mean anything to you?
A decommissioned warship.
No, nothing.
And there's no
Maybe
more to
we
fight
should tell
anymore.
Andre what else you found, Josh.
I mean, look at how many people call for my head, Zuzu. How many people say, she deserved it. Zuko finally has a nice sister. It's key. Oh, I have no sympathy for her. She can just rot.
Then we've got the
Yes, there are a lot of people like that, and I don't care for those
From the
people.
window of the church in one of the
Bunch of dunderheads.
I don't
Yeah, they're just
I mean, what do you want me to do? Go back to the Southern Water Tribe and what? Just let all of my mistakes sit there?
Of course.
He started.
Well,
I mean,
You
haven't you been
don't
raising a
have
lot
to do.
for
to the
treatment?
Romans, Britain.
What do you mean?
It hasn't changed,
They've stopped painting themselves blue.
except when they go
That's
to
what
the
you've been
Britain
doing
March.
since
They
I've
used
been
an
gone.
extract
I
from a plant called
assumed
woad.
was
I set
raising
it
money
in
to help
soya.
Sun get proper
Scott,
medical care.
Barely How
Yeah?
recently are you talking about?
I believe
But-
So
they
it
might
sounds
13
like you are
we're back.
working to
Andre,
correct your
what is it?
mistake.
That would explain the
That's
story
impossible,
on the chessboard.
Zuko.
That's
We can't all be like precious Zuzu, who gets to make as many mistakes as he wants, and Mother still hugs him and kisses him and tells him it's gonna be alright, and gets some sword lessons with Piandao to make him feel better about the fact that he's way behind on firebending.
Not
Azula,
they are set.
And it
I
all
don't
in-
think good people are the ones that never make mistakes.
I was.
We
I think good people are the ones that can make mistakes and acknowledge them and work towards fixing them or work towards not making them in the future.
Well, how
And
lucky
everything
for
I've
them.
seen from you shows me that you are a good person. You acknowledge where you went wrong. And you're working so hard. I think you're being harder on yourself than anyone else is.
You're the only one who makes sense, you know that, Toph? I can't believe you're the blind one, because you're the only one that sees what's really going on around here.
L-E-A-K.
Oh, thanks. I guess I kind of relate to that feeling of feeling worthless if you can't be perfect. But you are so much more than what you can provide for others. Who you are, it's bigger than what people want you to be. And it's okay when you don't fit into their mold because you're still worthy of love and respect and affection. And you can still do amazing things even when you defy others' expectations for what those things should be.
Well, of course I can do amazing things. I've always been amazing. I've just never been lovable. I mean, at least your parents loved you for however much they messed up with you and mistreated you.
Thank you.
I wouldn't even know that much.
Is it fair to say that someone loves you when they refuse to know you?
I don't know. I really don't.
Me neither.
You're tired. Perhaps you're.
But I think you're very lovable, Azula. I know I don't have that much experience making tons of friends, but I'd like to consider you one.
Careful. Remember what happened to your last friends?
Yeah, including the fire warriors you freed from the asylum.
Go ahead. Call her your friend. See how long that lasts.
I mean, I don't really know if we know each other well enough to be called friends.
Can't you sit?
I need to go to...
But I can't say we're not
Check out
friends
the
either.
buffet car, Josh. And think...
At the same time.
You know, Azula, I don't have that many, so I'd really like it if you thought we were.
Well, it would definitely make Zuko mad, wouldn't it? If we were friends. At the very least, it would bother Zuzu. Can you imagine if we had sleepovers? We could do mud masks. We could play pranks.
Oh, I'm really good at mud masks.
I could read you Zuko's diary. He has very interesting entries about you.
Hey.
What? What do you want to say, Zuko? Say it.
No. Go
ahead,
If reading my diary to Toph will make you feel better, go ahead.
I don't have to read it. I have a lot of those entries memorized at this point.
Would you like...
Sure you do. Which, you know, is for the best, considering I burned that diary.
Did you know he feels very, very guilty about not being nice to you when you opened up to him about your parents?
He should.
He sometimes wakes up in the middle of the night, like, feeling so guilty about it he can't go back to sleep. It's true.
To be frank.
Wait, really?
I mean,
Water hose?
I can't deny it. My priorities were a little skewed that one time. I know we had to find Aang, okay? I get that. He's the Avatar, there was a deadline. I feel kind of silly for trying to force the moment.
Zuko is just awkward. He never knows what to do.
Yeah, there's no denying that.
All I could see in Anne's face was a...
I'm just saying. I mean, you know, we all have our weak points, and yours is just more social.
You got a point.
Okay, you know what? That's not good.
Yeah, Azula, you said Zuko is so lovable, but he's so awkward. And
I know.
We still like him.
That's what I'm saying.
Of course
It's
we're
not
gonna
fair.
love you.
If only it worked that way.
But it does, at least to me. I think you're great.
Well, I can't tell if you're lying like you can, so I'll have to take your word for it.
I thought you would.
Azula, I love you, and if Mayor Tylee says anything bad, I'll banish them from this room.
What are you talking about? Tylee's part of your private security force. It would look politically disastrous if you banished the only Kyoshu warrior that's a native Fire Nation girl.
I kinda already fired them.
Wait, you fired them?
The door was locked.
Yeah.
Why?
Fire Nation pun.
Wait. I mean, I guess that does explain one thing.
What one thing?
Why she went back to the Southern Water Tribe finally to go visit Sokka.
The Sword of Baphomet took second place to fight.
Look, she didn't want to quit, I just...
Oh shoot, the bad guy kidnapped the girl I loved in the simulation. I'm still playing that game, by the way, Zuko.
Oh, right, the one I haven't been around for because of my stupid council.
I'm going to call it Azula Alone.
Well, at least I'm not being called a fake sock anymore.
No, I think only the real deal can be that cheesy.
Wait, did you just answer something he said?
Yeah, I told you Sokka's real.
That would be horrible, because I said a lot of things to him I wouldn't want Sokka to know.
Yes.
Don't worry, he's gonna forget.
I already acknowledged Sokka.
She's disappeared. The old lady, too.
Well, then you're all hallucinations, obviously.
Maybe they went...
I mean, that explains why Zuko's scar in the mirror is
No, she's been
on the wrong side. The way it would be if he was real and not a hallucination.
Avoid him like... That's about it, yeah. No problem.
Hey Zula, do you feel this?
Ow! What was that for? Oh yeah? Well, you want to see how I show affection?
Yeah?
I just zapped you. Didn't even flinch.
Try again.
You kind of got the rock parts that she had.
She's wearing a rock sleeve under her shirt.
Come here, give me your hand, give me your hand, give me your hand!
Go for the feet!
Fine.
I'll zap you, I'll zap you, just party like that!
Okay, Azula, hey!
I didn't want to.
What, you want some too, Zuzu? I can modulate it. I won't get hurt.
You know what, Azula, I'm gonna do something really quick that doesn't involve zapping.
What? What are you going to do?
I'm just gonna take this mirror, and I'm just gonna take this mirror away.
Look, if Sokka was real, then that whole thing I said about wanting to go back to the Water Tribe would have been real, and he would have heard all of it. He would have heard me saying how I want to come home and be over there.
Well,
why not
I've
just
got
come
news for
home?
you.
What?
Yeah.
You mean go live in the Southern Water Tribe for now?
Yeah, that's what we were trying to get at. You can come stay in the Southern Water Tribe. I mean, if that makes you happy.
But then what am I supposed to do about all the mistakes I made and all the mean things I said? And the mistake with Sun and Moon.
What you're already doing.
Exactly. You're already fixing them. You're already working to be better. That's the most anyone could ever ask for.
So you're saying I need to strategize to slowly and meticulously get in the head of the people I hurt until they forgive me?
That's one way to put it.
Yes.
You've acknowledged your mistake, and you're making painstaking efforts to fix them. I don't know any other way of atonement but that.
And then you manipulate them into forgetting the bad thing you did by doing enough good things.
Maybe,
You can even call it manipulation.
All right, I'll make you a deal.
I think that's just how forgiveness works.
I'll make you a deal. I'll go home to the Southern Water Tribe, and I'll try all the stupid forgiveness shit you're saying that's never worked before. On one condition. Zuko has to beat me at that Agni Kai.
What are the Neo-Templars after? What is the Sword of Baphomet?
Good luck, Zuzu.
Alright, deal, but it's a little late to do it now.
This weekend, you and me, Agni Kai in front of the whole world. If you win, I'll go back and I'll do all that. But if I win, I don't know. You gotta make me Fire Lord or something. I'm not really sure what I want.
If you win...
Nico. No, George. You're talking in riddle.
I don't know, I'll conquer the Water Tribe in your name. How's that?
I don't want you to conquer it. I want it to be independent and have sovereignty.
Why would you conquer my tribe?
Yeah, Zuko! You're upsetting Sokka, who may or may not be real, and I'm hoping not.
Poor
Because, wow, that's
Zuzu
embarrassing.
gives reparations one week, conquers the next.
Wow, so the assassin guy wasn't the villain after all. He was trying to stop the evil ones. He really was a Muslim assassin from back then, trying to stop the evil people from getting the
There's some
sword.
Altair nonsense going on.
Yeah, he wasn't actually evil in the end. I suspected it for a while, actually, since I heard the New World Order people.
Subversion. Telling us who the real villain is. White people.
Yeah.
Tends to be shocked.
Wait, who are white people?
You, Zuko. If you have to ask, it's you.
So what are we waiting for?
We're all
Hey,
the
Zula.
same race!
No, he's from the Water Tribe, you're from the Fire Nation, and you're pretty pale.
I'm an Earth Kingdom girl. Do you like me, Zuzu?
Oh yeah, you like Earth Kingdom girls because they're dummy thick, right? Toph, did he ever tell you about the time when he turned...
We're gonna bring that up.
When he turned, what, 14, 15 or something? And Uncle took him to an Earth Kingdom brothel for his birthday. And Zuko chickened out. And so Uncle was like, well, I already paid for two. Come on, Lieutenant G. And they used the birthday present without him while he pouted on the shit.
The girls in the city are oh so pretty.
So what do you say, Zuko? This weekend, Agni Kai. If you win, I'll go back to the Southern Water Tribe and try to apologize and make it all up. But if I win, you give me the throne.
Do you?
Deal.
Deal?
Wait, what?
Oh, this will be good.
All right. Then I'm going
Somebody
to
give me
save
some
it.
fire flakes.
I'm going to quit. And the pact is
Zula.
made. Yeah?
Can I see your hands?
Sure.
Katara was saying something about how jealous she was of your nails, that they were so pretty, and she wished she could keep hers that long and still fight like you.
What?
Mine are all nubby because, you know, if I kept them long, they'd break. All that earth is a little hard to handle. Wow.
Well,
Oh, wow.
I mean,
How do how do they stay so strong?
We
And they're
lacquer
real
them.
shiny.
Well, in the Fire Nation, we
This
lacquer
feels
them.
like one of my mom's pearls. Oh my goodness.
I usually
What's your
trim them when
secret?
I have to battle. Like I said, we lacquer them, but when I have to go into battle, I usually trim them after a while. But yeah, it's lacquer. I could show you some. Zuko uses it too, though he won't admit it.
Wait, he uses lacquer?
Why, are you jealous?
Could you
Your
show
nails are a
Katara
mess.
so she could help me? I'm sure she'd be super grateful.
You know what, Tough? Let's leave Zuko and Sokka to ponder something while we go have a girls' day. And a girls' day with me is a lot more fun than a girls' day with Katara, because it involves throwing axes. All right, boys. Zuko, just so you know.
Sign me up.
Zuko, we
You
played.
sure know how to have a good time.
We played bed, wed, behead, and Sokka said that he would bed you. There you go. Chew on that. Let's go, Tough.
What? It's so I could wed Toph!
You hear that? It was so he could wed you, Tough. Bye. Say goodnight, Zuko!